Testing. All right. You can cut out that other.
Hey, yo, hey.
Yeah. Run it up, Blondo.
Hey, see y'all from Texas, where we sit riding swangers and put diamonds in our neck.
Oh, good evening. Good evening. Happy Easter to everybody. Happy Easter, everybody. It's your boy, Doc Holiday. As always, it is HBC tonight, followed by that's powered by HBC Overdrive. Make sure that you like the stream. Make sure you comment, share. Most of all, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to get everything HBC Overdrive. For all my folks that's on Twitter, y'all know we simulcast on both Twitter and YouTube. For my folks on Twitter, hit that follow button and come on to the YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button. As always, we got people coming in. The main moderator, the main person in charge of this thing right here. Good evening, Miss Natasha. How you doing? Yes, happy Resurrection Sunday. Happy Resurrection Sunday. So yeah, we got everybody's coming in, tuning in, streaming in. Y'all know how we do it. This is the real thing. Know how we do it. Make sure this lovely person make sure she's okay. She's in Arkansas. She in Arkansas. I'm trying to make sure everything is fine. Weather's bad up that way. Oh, there she go. Happy Resurrection Sunday. There's no, for all the kids, the bunnies. The bunnies are out. The bunnies are out. Yes, I did text you. I was asking, is it okay now? Is the weather fine now? Is the weather fine? I need to know, is the weather fine? All right. Good. Tornado warning has been lifted. Good. Great. Cheers. Got my Kool-Aid on me. Oh my goodness. We got a good show for y'all tonight. First and foremost, I'm gonna say hey to my baby and all 18 of her personalities. Yes, how you doing today? I'm trying to figure out which one I'm talking to, but yes, how you doing, babe? How you doing? I told her and put in the chat, hashtag get Destiny to Texas. That's the hashtag for us right now. Did I like that? See, now we had already discussed this, so don't even go there. Yeah, I put all 18 of your homegirls on Front Street. Just got to figure out which one I'm talking. You got to figure out which one I'm talking to. Yep, that is the hashtag. That's Speak to Texas. Oh. But yeah, you know, I told Destiny, she's a creative person. She's very creative. We got a t-shirt thing going on. So I got to get a picture of the first shirt we're gonna come with. But y'all would like it. Y'all would like it. It says F off. So that'd be the first line. First line right there. T-shirts and hoodies and long sleeve shirts and stuff like that. But she is a good looking, a fine one. You know, she has the beauty of an AKA, but a personality of a Delta. Let that sink in, y'all. Let that sink in to your brain right there. I hope it didn't go over nobody's head. So nah, she's everything that you want, but she will fight a bit. Yeah, just let that Delta part sink in. It is 12 days from today. Graduation will be at Jackson State University. Again, we gonna congratulate Miss Natasha for going ahead and walking across that stage. We need all the pictures, all the videos, so we can celebrate. We can celebrate all the pictures, all the videos, Miss Natasha. We need that. We need that. Other than that, man, go ahead and get into it. My Mavs lost in the play-in game. Lost to Memphis. Got our ass beat. Got beat. We got beat. We got beat. We got beat. We got beat to the point we needed to fight somebody. You know, getting beat like that in that game. We needed to. We need to fight somebody after that game when we played Memphis. Like, why are we getting dog like this? Why are we getting dog like this? Even though AD had all the stuff, we getting dog like this. Somebody should have went and started swinging. Oh, let me see what you got. Okay. Already. Got to drink my extra sweet Kool-Aid today. But yeah, we got dog walked against Memphis, and we should have been fighting. Somebody should have been coming in feet first, kicking something in the chest, kick him in the chest. Shit, we ain't had no fighting on the court. Might as well fight after the game. Shoot. But then again, AD might point at somebody and hurt his arm or some shit like that. Yeah. But other than that, first time ever coming to the South and coming to South Carolina. Ooh, ooh, hey, you got a nephew up in here, straight fresh from New Orleans. JF coming fresh from New Orleans from the SWAC tennis championship. What's happening, Chris? What's up? Oh, it's being watched. It's being watched. Trust me. Trust me. I got every last update. And I know you're gonna tell me. What's up, Blue? Hey, which holiday we talking about? We talking about the Easter bunnies, or we talking about roll up? Cause I celebrated both. But yeah, checking in, and check. Make sure we all check in. Check out Blue. My bad. We don't want him to be called Blue's name. Zach. Check out Zach. uh, owner and sole proprietor of the Blue Bloods. Make sure you check out his show. Hey man. I feel you. But now go check out the Blue Bloods. Check all this stuff out, man. He got some good stuff, man. What's up, man? Oh. Hey, Destiny, you think about going to South Carolina? But you know what? Taking pictures of palm trees, that'd be the first, if you really think about it. If you really think about it, why negative? Oh, you could be by the beach. But if you really think about it, if you take pictures of palm trees, the first place you're gonna take a picture of a palm tree is in California. If you ever been there, if you've never been there, that'll be the first thing you'll take pictures of. Then the second thing you'll take pictures of it, they'll try to find a Hollywood sign or some shit like that. Let's say we go to Disneyland. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a quick break. Be right back. We'll get into some SWAC tennis. Stay tuned. Yo, it's your boy Doc Holiday with HBCU Overdrive. And I am proud to sponsor Merch Sports. Check out his new line of collection, the Black College Football Fan Club collection. It's basically designed to show support and give respect to the rich history and tradition of black college football. And as you already know, the best college players had to play at HBCUs before integration. So go ahead and check it out over at shopmerchsports.com. Merch Sports. Merch for the sports enthusiasts. We live by the beach there. Yeah. Hey, you trying to get me caught up, right? You trying to get me caught up. See, I used to do that stuff when I was single and in my 20s. You trying to get me caught up. South Carolina, Western super country. I don't know about Jackson being country, but let's get into it. Better get on the page for the SWAC. Hopefully, they got all the good stuff up. Let me see what we can find. All right. You gotta spell out the whole thing. Yeah, you gotta spell the whole thing out. Let me go ahead and get this. Well, while this loading up, shoot. While this thing loading up, taking a long time, taking this sweet little time over here. What up, Crook? Yeah. Anyway, while this thing taking so dang long to crank up. Yes. So over the weekend, SWAC had golf championship SWAC men's golf championship. So it says congratulations to Florida A&M on winning the 2025 SWAC men's golf championship. I wonder how that's what's gonna happen with that. And that was all this week. Then over the weekend, MVP this weekend, you got congratulations to David J. Grandino on being named the 2025 SWAC men's tennis most valuable player. And he is, if I'm not mistaken, from Alabama State. Damn bumblebees. That's on the men's side. So you had a couple from Jackson State, one from Alcorn, rest from Alabama State. Fellas on tennis, on men's tennis. Yes, and they are the kings of the court. And I wouldn't call it surprising, as the number one seed beat the number one overall seed beat the number 3 seed Jackson State Tigers 4-0, 4 matches to 0. On the women's side, for tennis, it's those damn rappers from Tallahassee. On the women's side, they did win the SWAC tennis championship for the women. So they got a lot of things. They got some things going on. I ain't get the score on that one. Really don't care. But that's all right though. But yeah. It was a good day. It is a good day when they lose people in the quarter. You know, I don't care. Y'all can say I'm hate. Yeah. Destiny called me petty because she says I'm petty like that. And what happens when you share when we share birthdays? You gotta have somebody that's petty to offset the craziness. But yeah. She says I'm the king of petty. I am the king of petty. I don't know. I don't know if I'm the king of petty. I don't know if I'm petty like that. Y'all want to know who really petty? Y'all want to know who really petty? This man petty right here. Gotta get some more Kool-Aid. Damn, this one I wish. Get Destiny to Texas. What's going on, Mr. Ford? Happy Easter.
Hey, man, you doing all right?
I'm doing fine. Doing fine.
I'm looking at your homeboys here. I'm looking at Houston Astros and the San Diego Padres. I'm talking to you, but I got to watch them too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. I love Miss Baseball.
Yeah, I just thought about that. Rangers played the Dodgers today.
Who won that?
The Dodgers came up one.
Yeah, the Dodgers they jumped out the box. Weren't the Dodgers like 7 or 8-0? What's their record now?
16-8, because we did beat them last night.
Oh, y'all beat them last night?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they got who pitched for them last night?
Oh, I didn't know. I have to check and see on that basketball now. That last night. Yeah, that was tonight. Well, I know today was seeing Glasnow for today.
Oh yeah, okay.
And Tyler Molly, I guess you call him male for the Rangers.
Okay.
Actually did good. He walked 3. That's the only thing that irritates me, but struck out 4, 7 innings pitch, so he almost went the distance. Only gave up 2 hits, no earned runs.
Yeah, so, now the guy that's your shortstop, didn't he come from the Dodgers?
Seager yeah, he did come from the Dodgers, because he used to play for the Mariners too.
Yeah, what's his name?
Corey Seager.
That's right, Corey Seager. I remember when he was with the Dodgers. I think he played for Don Mattingly's. Wait a minute, he either played for Don Mattingly or Joe Torre. Might have played for both of them.
Nah, Seager played for. No, he played for Aaron Boone.
Wait a minute, I'm talking about when he was with the Dodgers. Who was the coach? Who was the manager of the Dodgers when he was there?
Dodgers. Dave Roberts.
Huh?
Dave Roberts.
Oh, so he didn't play for Don Madden.
Nah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I remember him. I remember when he was with the Dodgers. You know they had Jackie Robinson Day, I think it was last week.
Yeah, on the 15th.
Yeah. You know Miss Rachel is 102 years old, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they got her in a wheelchair now.
And said Dodgers buying the World Series.
Huh?
The Dodgers and the Yankees always gonna buy a World Series.
Yeah, the Dodgers actually know how to win a World Series. The Yankees ain't been right since Joe Torre left, man. Has Boone ever won a World Series?
Yeah, they did win. They won in 2020. I think.
Okay. Yeah, they were dominant during them Joe Torre years, man.
Let's see what we had yesterday because we won the game yesterday 4-3. The Sasaki for the Dodgers, he went 6 innings in the game yesterday. And then Nick Uvalde, he went 6 also, but he struck out 7, gave up 5 hits and 2 earned runs.
Oh yeah, okay. Because you know the Dodgers supposed to be so pitcher rich, man. Not only on the major leagues, but in the minor leagues also. But that's always been their tradition, man. That great pitching, man.
Oh well, they buy their pitching.
Yeah. Listen, you got any word on Prairie View's spring game last Thursday?
Now my niece did tell me she did go to Prairie View spring game. They did have a crowd out there because Coach Jackson said something about because it's also what they call Panther Day on the Hill, which is a spring fest. It was also a spring fest last week. So they had a good time out there. The team actually looks good, for what I saw. Really didn't pay too much attention to the quarterback. I was looking more at the defense, see what the defense gonna look like. Yeah.
How did they look?
They look a little bit faster, a little bit bigger, but faster.
Okay. Now, did you have a video on that, or you just saw it?
She showed me some video.
Yeah, because Miss Timona showed me some video of the crowd. They had a nice crowd.
Yeah, so they all sat on one side. So they all sat on the side where the sun sits,
right,
on the home side, and but they did have a nice crowd. So like I said, he did do something. He did say something like, "Look, y'all need folks to come out. We need folks to come out. It shouldn't just be the kid, just some of the kids. It should be alumni. Alumni come down here and stuff like that. And it happened on the Thursday was a good idea too.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, man. I can't wait, bro.
Now, I said something about this, but if you got beat by 51 points, I would be fighting somebody.
Now, who got beat by 51?
Memphis.
Who beat them by 50? Do you mean the
Oklahoma
USF,
City.
the Rock League team, or who you talking about?
No, the NBA.
Listen, man. That Oklahoma team is well put together, man. I've got to pay a little bit more attention to them. Yeah, I'm just trying to see how far these guys gonna go, man. Because this OKC thing, man, could go a long time. I'm talking about they could be perennial winners, man. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to see, because I haven't really watched. I've heard a lot about them, but I haven't really watched them. But I watched a little bit of that game today, man. Nah, man, Memphis ain't in that league, bro. This probably gonna come down to OKC and who else getting ready to say?
The Lakers?
No, man. I saw that the Lakers got manhandled last night. The Lakers got manhandled. See, the thing about the Lakers is in the playoff, you got to be big. You got to have a front line They don't have a front line. They don't have a gorilla in front of the hoop. They got to get a front line, man. They don't have a front line. What's the name? Just out muscled. That's what I was about to say. Minnesota and OKC probably gonna meet for that championship, man.
Ooh.
For that Western Championship. Because that's what's them guys' name? That Ant-Man and all them guys something else, man.
Well, that's the first right there.
Huh?
That's the first one somebody told me OKC and Minnesota. So you're not hey, Mr. Ford.
Huh?
My lady said Lakers in 5.
When Lakers gonna beat Minnesota?
She just said Lakers in 5.
Yeah, man, they got to get their front line right, man. They ain't got a shot blocker. You know, I like, you know, they battled during, you know, once, because I still say the Lakers got over as a fat rat because the Lakers should have been forced to give Dallas at least 3 more players, man. That wasn't no 1-for-1 trade. No darn gone Anthony Davis, but no Luka. The Lakers should have gave up 3 more players. The Lakers got over like a fat rat. But now I'm gonna tell you something else. I got to keep my eye on Jimmy Butler. You know what Jimmy Butler does in the playoffs, man. Got to keep my eye on him too. You know what he up to.
Playoff Jimmy here.
Yeah, man. You have to watch Jimmy Butler, boy. You know, he turns it on. This is his time of the year, playoff time, man.
So you saying don't worry about Steph, worry about Jimmy?
Well, I think, you know, they're a combination, man. He's brought something, you know, it was really the step show, but now Jimmy in it now, man. Jimmy, he done brought some new dimensions, bro. You know, he can score. He's a 3. He can, you know, he's not lost offensively. No, he can post up. He can shoot the 3. He can shoot the mid-range. But then Jimmy bring defense, man. Hey, that's Miss Alexander. How you doing? Hey, Miss Alexander. I saw brother from Monroe, Louisiana, Hunt. Didn't I see bro Hunt in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Doc, is Blue in here?
He was in here earlier. You know,
yeah, I was gonna tell Blue, we pitiful up here in Atlanta. The Falcons ain't even worth keeping up with. They don't even know what to do, man. We pitiful, man. And you know, all us we try to pull for them because we're from Atlanta, but they're pitiful, man. You know, after I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. I got this off and on relationship with these teams up here. Okay. You know, they brought that Shanahan guy here as the offensive coordinator, Doc.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Kyle Shanahan.
Okay, man, listen, man. You know, I'm an offensive guy. Man, I thought the dude was brilliant, man. And when he left, I was like, man, I can't keep up with them, man. I can't keep up with I really watched him because of him, man. Because I thought he was an offensive coordinator extraordinaire, bro. I really did. We ain't been right since he left here, man. Just look at it. We ain't been right. We done had Arthur Smith. That was a mess. The best thing about Arthur Smith was he had Dean Pease with him. Dean Pease was an old man, but he knew how to put together the defense. Okay, and you got rid of Arthur Smith. We got the brother here now.
Raheem Morris.
Raheem, you know, we're trying to pull for Raheem. You know, we got to pull for this the quarterback.
Michael Penix.
Yeah, we got to pull for him. You know that. So, you know, there's this, man, I don't know. You know, the Falcons got a problem front office, man. These people don't know how to put together a championship team. They don't know talent. We had a defense in, man, I don't think we had a defense in about 10 years. It's been a year. And then, listen, to be honest with you, we just got rid of the best defensive player we had. You know who that is, right?
That's
the defensive tackle. What was his name?
Not Grady, but
yeah, him. He was the best defensive player to me on the team.
Grady Jarrett.
And they cut him. Can you believe that?
They ain't trying to pay him.
Yeah, man. Listen, man. I told you, like, listen. You know they Ron be talking. Man, we in a mess down here in Atlanta. And then I'm about to say I've said that bad word, but you know I'm gonna be about the Hawks. You know they get on my nerves too. Because you know I can't stand y'all's boy. I wish y'all would come and get him. For some reason, I don't know why I want to put him in Texas.
On Clay Trey Young. His daddy, I know his daddy, but he from Oklahoma.
I was about to say, because I don't know why I want to put Trey Young in Texas. That's right, he from Oklahoma. I wish they would come and get him. I don't know why. For every time he come to my mind, I think of Texas. But you say his daddy was from Texas, right?
Yeah, Daddy went to Texas too.
That's what it got to be. 'Cause every time I think of him, I think of Texas. I'm saying, I wish I could come and get him. I'm sick of looking at him. That was a glass. It was just a glass. Yeah, excuse me, man. I pushed the glass down.
That's funny, right? You got look, y'all hear this before? You hear the pain in his voice. He's like, I'm tired of. They need to come and get him now. You
Don't get him. I'm sick of it, man.
Glass over.
Man, you know what? Let me tell you. This is the truth, man. When he first got here, I went to two people because that's not. I didn't play basketball. I was football and baseball growing up. My cousin them, they were basketball players, but we went to all the games. Actually, the football team, when I was in high school, we would sit together with our coaches and they would explain the game to us. We had coaches who didn't coach basketball, but they knew the game. Mm-hmm. And the way he plays point guard, that's not the way a point guard was, say, in the 60s and 70s when I was coming up. Right. The point guard for some people was called the quarterback because his job was to distribute and to get other people going. Right. He come here taking all them shots. So it was a guy I knew, played for Ben Jobe down at Southern. He's here, and I asked him. I said, "Well, what you think about Trae Young?" He said, "I'm just waiting to see. I don't know how that's gonna work with him taking all them shots." So I said, okay. So I saw another guy I knew. He played for Fort Valley State. And I asked him, I said, well, what you think about, him as a point guard? And he said, oh, that ain't going to work. And his thing was, he said that Trae didn't work like he'd have a work ethic in the offseason. And he criticized him heavily about that. And I still didn't, but man, I tried to watch him this year because I really like that kid from Duke that the Hawks got. You know what I'm talking about? In the Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson, yeah. I like him. That guy 6'10", can do all kind of things. But then he got hurt, and then I was like, and then the other thing was, what's the name was playing. You remember the guy we got from Virginia? He was playing really good ball off the bench, and they got rid of him.
Yeah, y'all traded DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't understand that. I thought that was stupid. And so, listen, my question now is, we got this guy, Landry Fields. Do he know what he's doing? You know anything about him? Do he know what he's doing?
He needs to be the dang old GM for the Knicks.
Yeah, he's out. He took Travis Slink's play. Yeah, my thing is, do he know what he's doing now?
Y'all need to go and get ISO Joe as y'all GM. At least he knows something. At least he knows something about basketball.
Yeah, bro. JTV, I just knocked the glass down, bro. It didn't break though. But yeah, I did. I knocked the glass down. But I'm just wondering, do this brother know what he's doing, man? And then the Braves, they looking terrible. I think we won today. Didn't the Braves win today?
Yeah, but Acuna wasn't happy though.
Listen, man, they act like, really, to be honest with you, the guy that's carrying us like he did last year is that Ozuna. He carrying us because Riley's hitting a little bit better. He was pathetic. The boy they're giving all the money to at first base. And let's be official about it. It was a mistake to let Freddie Freeman get away. It was a mistake.
It was.
Yeah.
That kind of ripped part of the that World Series team, and then
yeah, it did, man.
We don't have Dansby Swanson there no more.
He's in Chicago.
He's in Chicago with the Cubs.
Yeah, he's in Chicago. But they wanted him to stay, but he wanted more money. He wanted $200 million. Then people told him, "Are you out your mind? You ain't no $200 million shortstop." So they sent him on. But I think the Cubs gave him 180, didn't it?
For Dansby, yeah.
I think so. I think they gave him 180. Huh?
But you gonna give somebody? Well, shoot, Ohtani is deserving of the $700 million because he can do everything.
Listen, man. The Dodgers. Listen, Japan is the third richest nation in the world. I think. Do you know all them folks is for the Dodgers?
Oh yeah,
You
I
know,
play.
all them people. And then see, you got the Dodgers. They got a foothold in Japan and also got a foothold in South Korea. See, the
Okay.
Dodgers, the Braves, we have a regional team. You know, Atlanta, we cater to, you know, Georgia, but we cater to South Carolina, North Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama, Mississippi, like that, Florida. But let me tell you, man, the Dodgers are international, man.
Right.
They international. They
All
on
right.
another level.
Let's get into this.
Okay.
Let's get into this. This is what Brother Hunt said. He did a Nico Amaleva. So Nico, of course, y'all know Tennessee puts they dismissed him from the team,
Good.
and he decides. So he had a couple of schools he wanted to go that he was interested, and one of the demands was that the school had to match the NIL. Now, cool, you can do that. One of them was Tulane, and I'm trying to figure out where is Tulane gonna give you $4 million from, because they ain't even a power. They not a power five. They a group of five. They not even
Yeah.
power
Group
four.
effect. Yeah.
Now they play like they a power 14? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. That is one of the things that's missing from that team is a QB. Of course, that was smoke screen right there, and then also the UNC, the North Carolina choice was a smoke screen too, because Bill ain't about to give no dude no
Uh-uh.
$4 million. And that was, Blue said he said that the coach for Tulane don't even make he barely make $4 million a year.
That's what I'm saying. Even though, you know, that alumni at Tulane, they got the most billionaires of any school in the country.
Yeah,
Of a private school, I think.
so the private school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
private school. They got more billionaires than anybody. But I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm not no hater. I was so glad Tennessee told him to kick rocks. I mean, they folk gonna offer you $2 million, but you want $4 million. And then I read an article. They said that his daddy was behind all that mess. So listen, man, kudos to the Tennessee Volunteers. Just listen, that's what
So
we're gonna do. Number cause more problems on that team, man.
so his final choice was UCLA, which is which is home for him. It ain't that far from Long Beach. But do you think just what you said? The parent. Do you think the daddy did that to get him to get out of the South to come back towards home? Or do you
No,
think
it was greed. It was greed. It was greed,
so
man.
you think the daddy was being greedy?
Yeah, they were being greedy, man. They were being. Boy, listen, man. I seen that kid play. He okay. Don't get me wrong, man. But I'm gonna tell you something. For him to leave UT and go you leave Tennessee and then go to UCLA. That's a step downward to me. Because man, I like the head coach's name, Josh Heupel. What's his name? Heupel.
For Tennessee?
UT. What's the head
Mm-hmm.
coach? Huh?
Josh Heupel.
Man, he couldn't have got no better quarterbacking coaching than that.
Josh
He
Heupel,
made a mistake, man.
who's a disciple
They
of
was
Bob
with Stoops.
Stoops.
Ain't he from
Yep,
Oklahoma?
Oklahoma. Fuente is a Bob Stoops disciple too.
Yeah,
Came
yeah.
from
They
Oklahoma.
won the national championship. I think they beat Florida State one year.
Yep.
Listen, man. Listen. Tennessee did the right thing, telling him to kick rocks, bro. Pack your bag. They did the right thing, man. Cause listen, man, this is ridiculous, man. And because this country is so out of control right now, so many crazy things are going on. They won't put any rules in or salary cap or something. Man, this don't make no sense. Man, the kid can't even play until they want $2 million. You can't even
Go,
play.
go Blue right here. He bringing in. He
Huh?
said he took a pay cut to go from a college football playoff program and $2.5 million to a 5-7 Big Ten program with a new OC.
Man, like I told you, that was a step down, man. And now you got to be flying cross country. You know, UCLA got to fly to Penn State. Then your next week you got to fly to Wisconsin. Man, they crazy. Him and his family blew that, bro. That was
Mm-hmm.
greed, man. That was just straight greed, man. But that's all right. Hopefully he learned his lesson. I mean, like I said, man, I've watched that kid several times, man. That boy ain't no $4 million quarterback.
It was something that he had that contract, right? So when because he went to I'm trying to figure out, did he go to Long Beach Poly?
Yeah. You know what? I think so.
I had to get in with this.
What's going on, Chuck? What you got?
Hello, happy Easter to you all and everyone that's watching and listening. Happy Resurrection Day. But I just want to chime in on what you all were just talking about with Nico Imaliva. Well, you go from Tennessee to UCLA, yeah, it's a step down because let's face it, in California, you know, they have high taxes, and the University of California system has a long budget crisis.
Yeah, and then like I keep saying, you got the brother out there. That dude ain't on Josh Heupel and them level, man. He was a running back.
Deshaun Foster.
Listen, man. Deshaun them learning.
Yeah, he just a second year.
He learning, man.
Yeah,
Listen, that dude, but he gonna see he made a mistake.
But Chuck said it though. This is what he just said best. He said because he went back home to California, now whatever money that you said you agreed to, $1.7 million, guess what? California's going to take probably what, 25-30%.
Oh yeah, they got heavy taxes.
Yeah.
And then Uncle Sam going to take his cut right there.
Yeah.
Y'all, you see, this is when you don't let your family members try to negotiate money for your ass unless they understand money.
Well, the main thing was that they was greedy, man. I mean, if them people gonna offer you $2 million, you ain't worth $2 million. He should have took that, man. And then you gonna talk about you want $4 million, and you ain't all that. I seen that kid, man.
Vehicle. What's that fancy vehicle that he wanted? I forget. I heard it this past week.
Man,
I didn't even hear about no vehicle. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, some fancy.
I mean, some school that needed a quarterback were probably going to give you $4 million, right?
Yeah, but a lot of them backed off it.
A lot of them backed off it.
They backed off it.
But I'm just saying, it's going to be a school that's looking desperate. They need a quarterback that's in a Power 5 and say, we need him. Do you have what we got? What he's asking for? If you got it, and if it's in a state that ain't got no state income tax, go right ahead.
Well, let me say this though, Doc. It go back to what you just said. Who wants that kind of dad in your program? Who wants that kind of him and his dad and them? They'll tap your program, man.
But then they said the same. Wait a minute, but hear me out. Didn't they say the same thing about Cam Newton and his daddy?
Yeah, I remember Cecil now. I remember. I don't think Cecil was as bad as this guy. I don't think Cecil was as bad as this guy, man. This guy here, man, was awful, man.
I'm just saying, but Cecil was he was shopping around Cam Newton, and
he was. You right.
To use my software service, it's gonna cost you $200,000. Hey, and then yes. The former QB for Georgia ain't even worthy of the $4 million that he's getting from Miami.
Oh,
no, he sure ain't. And they're going to see.
Yeah.
Carson Beck just had surgery on his shoulder this past offseason because he missed the were they in the boat? They was in the playoff game? When they in the playoffs too? Yeah. Georgia was in the playoff.
Well, yeah.
Oh, to my Georgia?
Yeah, they was in the playoff, right?
Yeah, they lost to Notre Dame.
Yeah, sure did.
Because they had a backup.
Lost Notre Dame in New Orleans at the Sugar Bowl.
In the Sugar Bowl.
Playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he went down to Miami and he got $4 million in Miami with no state income tax. He about to get at least he about to have $3 million in his pocket, y'all.
And don't forget now, weak football league, because that ACC is pathetic. Don't forget that.
I ain't even worried
they're
about
not even
the
a
conference. I'm
basketball
just saying
power
I
like
ain't
they
even
used to
worried
be.
about the conferences. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that he got money from the University of Miami,
Oh, he got over. He got over.
Yeah.
and Nico could have went over to Georgia and got some money. I ain't saying that Kirby Smart gonna pay him like that, but at least he's
Oh
making
No,
no.
$3 million.
to be honest with you, Doc, they was ready for him to go.
Mm,
He let them down a
No, that's
lot,
a
man.
problem waiting to happen.
Yeah, they were ready for him to go.
Yeah.
that is true. Lou
Yeah,
said
they was ready for him.
college football quarterbacks are none of the college football quarterbacks will work $4 million a year. Ohio
Man.
State just showed you that you can win the title with Will Howard. Let that
Oh
sink
yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, Coach Saban is looking like a wise man. So he is looking like a person who kind of predicted what was about to happen in here. He got out just in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carson been through a lot of interceptions, but he do got a championship in his back pocket. So there's nothing we can say, ain't nothing bad we can say about that. They said the same thing. Look, they said the same thing about Stetson Bennett.
Oh,
At least he
Stetson
got,
Yeah, but Stetson led them to 2 national championships. Then.
at least he got 2 of the things.
He
Yeah.
got 2 national championships.
Wasn't the greatest quarterback, but yeah, he has 2 titles.
Yeah, he got 2 titles. And
Yeah.
I bet you ain't asked for no money either. He just out there. He waiting his whole turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Miss Dr. Kadisha on the.
Hey, Dr. Canation.
Hey, did you all watch that? Did you all watch that black and gold game Colorado yesterday?
Let's talk
I
about that
saw
now.
it. I didn't get a chance to see it. How was it?
I watched it. I didn't have anything to do. I said I'll go ahead and watch this. First I wouldn't watch.
So
How did
let's
they
talk
look?
about that.
I see Colorado having more of a running game. Now that those 2 are gone, now that Shador and Travis are gone, I see them
Who,
having more of a running game.
who was QB1? Was it that high school boy? Or was it that
That's that
kid?
Juju. Is that Julian Lewis? They call
Yeah,
Juju.
Juju.
That's the boy from Carrollton, Georgia, I think, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, so he was QB1.
that's what they had in there yesterday. And
And
How
then
it's
they
hard to
got
did
say.
they got a kid from Liberty?
Caden
Yeah, I saw that.
Salter.
I saw the one from Liberty. Yeah, one transfer
Yeah,
from Liberty.
how did he look?
It's hard to tell him you getting these spring games.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
I can say this. Fun fact. I I went to high
yes.
school with it. I went to high school with Caden's mother.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so he's from Dallas.
Yeah, he went to Cedar Hill. His
Oh,
mom,
okay,
his
okay.
mom
Now
went to
he
Cedar Hill.
signed from Cedar Hill to Liberty, or he went somewhere else first.
Caden went to Tennessee, got kicked out the team in Tennessee for violating team rules.
Okay,
Then he transferred from Tennessee to Liberty.
Liberty.
so
Oh,
he
okay.
played for Hugh Freeze or for Jamie Chadwell.
Both of them.
Oh, he played for. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm. He played for both, and then he transfers over to Colorado.
And I'm gonna tell you all this.
That might be a step down. You say he left Liberty for Colorado?
Yeah, but here's the thing though about Caden. Caden also played in Dion's youth league too.
Oh, okay. So
So
they
they
That's
his
knew
why.
him.
homeboy. Yeah,
Oh, it's
okay.
a connection there. Okay.
Okay, I see what you're
Mm-hmm.
saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And
tell
And
you all
then his
you
brother
know,
go there too.
Michael Vick had his spring game yesterday.
Oh yeah. I like what I
Yeah.
saw from that spring game.
Huh?
I like what I saw from that spring game.
I ain't seen no. I just saw the stars. They showed Tyrod Taylor, Allen Iverson, 3 boxers, and all the stars came out from that area. Had a
Mm-hmm.
nice crowd.
Yeah,
I didn't see
Tyrod.
anything on the game itself.
I like the quarterbacks.
Did
I
you like the
think
kid from USF?
I seen him. Of course, Otto looks better throwing the ball. I think he's gotten more coaching as far as when it comes to throwing the ball and throwing it to certain situations.
Right.
The O-line looks big.
Okay.
They play like they still seem like they still kind of work on pass protection, but they are huge. They are maulers on when it comes to the run game.
What was the average size and height on the offensive line?
I can't really, yeah, Dr. Kaneda said they got some wide bodies. So
was everybody 6'5" or 6'4" or what?
you guys, I think it might be something that's still from the team from last year because I didn't see nothing wrong with their offensive line, their running game from last year. I just think
they can run the ball. They just didn't have no. They weren't balanced. They didn't have no balance. I saw Norfolk too. No, this is Norfolk State.
Okay, I saw Dr.
Yeah,
Hall.
Norfolk didn't have no balance last year. They could run the ball, but that's all they could do. Or they wouldn't do it.
Screen, she's a Howard alumnus.
Do I think NSU will win the VA? I don't know yet, but we'll talk about that in a few. Let's get back to the Colorado thing. So I think before the game started, they did do they honored Shedeur and Travis by retiring their numbers. Now Chuck was on here. He listened to me on what was that? Thursday?
Yeah, I was on. I listened to.
And I had an issue about them not retiring some of the players that played on that 1990 national championship.
I remember that team. Bill McCartney team.
On the Bill McCartney team. So,
and I'm gonna tell you another one. This guy's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. This is from the 70s, and he played at Colorado. People forget it. Cliff Branch played with the Raiders championship team. He played at Colorado, but he's forgotten.
Freddie Biletnikoff.
Yeah,
he was a world-class runner.
Played Florida State.
Yeah, Freddie and was from Pennsylvania. Yeah, you're right.
Biletnikoff played Florida
State. Cliff deceased?
Yeah, he's deceased. He played at Colorado, and Stan Brock, offensive lineman, played with the Saints. He played at Colorado.
It's a lot of. Remember, I was naming out
in the
a
70s.
lot of players that played for Colorado that has not been honored. What I knew, something Prime said yesterday. He said we got to wait till they dead when we honor them.
That's stupid. That's ignorant.
Cliff Branch is deceased, and
Cliff Branch is deceased. He hasn't played in Colorado. He hasn't got his number retired. But he was talking about the Rashawn Salam,
Salam. That's my.
He was from San Diego, California.
Yeah, right. Rashawn.
He won it. They gave it to him to keep from giving it to Steve McNair.
I remember that.
He was a last minute give to because they were 94. So pissed off that Steve McNair was from Alcorn because that's what the higher ups was mad about.
Yeah, I remember Salam. That's my generation. I'll be 50 this year. He's a year older.
Yeah, he was from San Diego. See, San Diego has a number of players from their high school system that are Heisman Trophy winners. Mm-hmm. Marcus Allen, the boy that played for Southern Cal, quote number 5. What's his name? Reggie Bush, Rashad Salam. They got a number of players out there. Terrell Davis was from San Diego. San Diego's a sneaky athletic team.
Yeah, Terrell Davis went to.
Bill Walton was from there. That golfer. What's the guy used to go against Tiger Woods?
Phil Mickelson.
Phil Mickelson from San Diego.
Yeah.
So the thing I said, the rant that I had right here, I hope Miss Brandy is on because I know she want to listen with this rant. All right. That you had Colorado waited, they didn't waste no time honoring Travis Shedeur. And on that to me was more of OJ from San Fran. He from San Francisco.
Yeah, OJ from San Francisco.
I can understand Travis because the year that he had last season, winning in the year he had last season, where he was 1,000-yard receiver and he had over 60 tackles and 4 interceptions last season. And he won a Heisman.
But Doc, see, here's the thing. Deion Sanders, what they got going on with him, first of all, that's daddy ball. Number 2, Deion's a big liar. He's a habitual liar. But second of all, you got to remember about Deion, he's a narcissistic. Okay? Anything that's going to glorify him and his children, that's what he going to do. So I'm not surprised about him doing this. Now, is this what he's supposed to be doing? No.
It's
Okay,
supposed to be in the
but that's
school.
how Dion is. I told you that. He's narcissistic. He's a liar. You know, they got to be in the limelight, and he's doing daddy ball.
So why? And so here's the thing: why they didn't retire Shiloh's number? If that's the case, I understand, but that's still your son. He played for you.
I told you what it is. Listen. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I still say this, and people get mad about this. The reason a lot of them teams got reservations about Shadua is because they don't want to deal with Dion. That's why a lot of them people don't want nothing to do with Shadua. They don't want to have nothing to do with Dion. Don't nobody want Dion in their complex, keeping up mess.
It's kind of like LeVar Ball being in your
Yeah, that's
But
what
see,
they want them around their program.
But see, here's the thing though, LeVar
They
Ball.
distractions. Them guys. Dion,
But
them, listen. He go to the Jazz. He show up. He a big distraction.
I just said, if you gonna retire your own son, ball, you got two of them boys right there that just played for you. Might as well just retire Shiloh's number 2. I already gonna have 2 and 21 is already gonna be retired. Nobody ain't gonna touch him. But but I understand about LeVar Ball. Yes, he did all that talking, but at the same time, did he lie about any of his sons going to the league?
That's my boy. That's my boy.
To me, he looked like that's like a prophet. He looked like a prophet, though. He said, "My sons are going to be famous. My sons are going to be in the league."
Yeah, my boy.
Mellow
Jello and
Mellow Jello and Lonzo.
Yeah, they all.
Well, the best one turned out to be the one in Charlotte. Because the other one stayed hurt, and the other boy never did recover from that. He did some shoplifting or something over there in China, and he never recovered from that.
But it's the thing though. Mellow is Mellow.
Yeah.
Lonzo.
Yeah, Melo's a player.
Yeah, Melo's a player. Lonzo's coming back. I can see him coming back. He rushed himself coming back, try to play. But I see him getting stronger and coming back. But Jello is the one that, he's supposed to be in the league, but hey, that man got a damn $1 million song.
Who is it?
That's the middle son.
Oh, okay.
I think LeVar. Did I see LeVar? LeVar has a leg amputated.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did get a leg amputated.
Yeah, he got it. He has diabetes.
Like I said, all 3 of his boys done made it in some way, form, or fashion, though. So I give him kudos for what he has done for raising 3 boys.
Yeah, he was a daddy that was there for his children like he's supposed to be. They just don't. They have a problem when black daddies are like that, because this system here, they want these families to be female run. They want the daddy out. That was the whole thing with welfare. It was a farewell to the father. They didn't want nothing. They wanted in America. Once we went to automation, they said they wanted a mama, the children, and the daddy on the outside. And so when they see a black dad speaking up like them guys, they got a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
They got a problem with it.
So my thing about this though, too, I ran about this. I said, don't just honor them to go back to that 1990 national championship team.
I remember that team.
And honor that team right there. First and foremost, Eric Bieniemy's numbers should have been retired at Colorado.
And he should have been the coach over there.
He should have been the coach over there. Deion Figures' number should have been retired. Now he's the true number 21 for Colorado. His number should be retired right now.
What about that linebacker was from Houston?
Alfred Williams.
Yeah,
Alfred Williams.
Was a Buckets award winner. That number 94 should be retired up in the stands.
What about Charles Johnson?
Charles Johnson, yes. His number needs to be retired, and Darian Hagen's number needs to be retired.
What about Mike Pritchard?
Mike Pritchard, Michael Westbrook, Cordell Stewart.
What about the quarterback that had cancer?
It's my
you know what?
Solanesi.
Solanesi. That's the one I said. I said
Solanesi.
first
That's
of
who
all.
was there. That's how Hagen became quarterback when
Yeah,
Nessie passed.
but at the
Wait a
same
minute.
time,
Wasn't J.V. Kane from Colorado?
Who's that?
J.V. Kane.
I think
Look him
back.
up. Look up. See what's J.V. Kane from Colorado.
JV or
Yeah.
JD.
J.V.
You know
J.V.
who's really?
Kane.
You know who's really talking? That's from that team. He was
Chad
known.
Brown.
Chad Brown with those snakes and reptiles. I remember him had that up in his dorm during that time.
Hey, was J.V. on? Was he from Colorado?
I had to think about those, and I remember Bieniemy and Hagen and all those
No,
guys.
J.V. was back. J.V. then went against Greg Pruitt now. J.V. was
You going
early
back in the
70s.
going back in the 70s. That
Yeah,
might be back.
J.V. Kane. He was a tight end. He went to the St. Louis Cardinals, played for Don Carriel.
Okay, yeah, because like I said, back in Colorado in the 70s, people forget that Cliff Branch played there at Colorado.
Yeah,
And,
I remember Cliff.
and
I remember Cliff.
Stan Brock, offensive lineman, played with the Saints
Yeah.
for years. Yeah.
But I ain't saying everybody number need to be retired, but still at the
Yeah,
same
they need to
time,
honor that team. They need to honor that team.
And even the
Yeah,
Mike
that team
Westbrook, even you could go back, you could go Joe Clapp. He might not did too much anything in Colorado, but he did something in Colorado. You go
And
honor
McCartney's statues outside the state. They on him statue yesterday posthumously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You waited that long till he should have been had after you got rid of Rick Neuheisel, the stadium of Bill McCartney should have been right there in front of Folsom Field.
Bill McCartney was busy with the Promise Keepers.
Yeah, he was. That's what he quit for.
He just left that whole thing.
Let's see. Chris Brown, running back for Colorado, used to play in Tennessee. His number should be up there. Like, there's a lot of dudes that on just
Cordell.
from that Cordell
Stewart. Yeah, from down in Marrero and outside New Orleans with the John the Red High School. He was in high school back when I was in high school. He was 2 years ahead of me.
Like, you got Christian Fourier. You got a lot of players that played on that team, on them teams right there back in the 90s and the early 2000s. That was good.
They had another one from New Orleans on the team with Cordell Stewart and Rashawn Salam, defensive lineman from New Orleans out of Old Perry Walker named Shannon Clavel.
That name
defensive lineman
right there too.
Shannon Clavel. He was on the defensive line on that team with Stewart and Salam and those guys.
But we shouldn't. I mean, in one sense, you shouldn't have to wait till somebody died to honor them. You know, let them get their flower, but at least give them the flower. Okay, now your boys.
J.V. Kane was born in Houston, Texas. He died July 22nd, 1979. He died at the age of 28. He played at Colorado. He went to Booker T. Washington High School in Houston, Texas. He was a first-round draft choice. He was the number 7 pick in the NFL draft. He was brought to St. Louis to replace the legendary Jackie Smith.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jackie Smith, tight end.
Yeah.
That's tight end.
Jackie Smith the one dropped that pass that Staubach threw him in that Super Bowl. You remember that?
Played at Northwestern State in Natchitoches, Louisiana.
Yeah, Jackie Smith.
Jackie Smith played at Northwestern State. He's a demon. He wouldn't drop that pass in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm just saying, don't wait till they're dead till you honor them and stuff that.
That's probably
right. But at the same time, because he is right about that. He did say that he is right about that. I will give him that. But at the same time, go back and look at them teams from the 90s and the early 2000s and give them their flowers. In the 80s too, the late 80s, early 90s, the mid 90s. Because Colorado, y'all got to realize
Colorado came in the late 80s when they started coming. Because Oklahoma was put on probation. Oklahoma had fallen off the map during that time with probation.
Yeah, well, what Bill McCartney did, his program came from California and Texas. He brought all his kids from Cal. That boy you just called it, Dion Figure. The thing he brought out to Texas was all them. I mean, the Colorado was them gang signs.
Yeah,
because he brought all the gang signs from California out to Colorado.
And you know, Eric Bieniemy is originally from New Orleans, and but he grew up in
Yeah,
Los Angeles.
yeah.
Yes.
But that's what the program was built on. He would
Yeah.
go into
Those inner city
California
areas.
and he would go into
Yeah.
Texas and get all his players.
Yeah. And you know, they had to adjust to Boulder during that time. I saw a story about this. Those guys had a
Yeah,
tough time adjusting, coming from those climate, from that environment, coming to Boulder, Colorado. It was it was a cultural difference there. Yeah, it was a culture shock.
Now the thing, you know, I just look at it like um just them teams, man. You know, it was another dude that was from Texas, came out. He graduated in 1990. I'm trying to figure it. He graduated 95, 96. But his name was Marcus Stiggers. He was 5'7" option quarterback here in Dallas at Lake Highlands. And he got to Colorado. They switched him over to receiver and kick and punt returner. And I think he was, until Jeremy Bloom got there, he was one of the best returners in the nation at the time.
oh yeah.
Then
Now
when
Colorado shared that national championship with Georgia Tech, didn't it?
Georgia Tech,
they did,
yeah, sure did, with Sean
Yeah,
Jones, William
yeah,
Bell,
yeah.
and
That's right.
Ken
Yeah,
Swilling. That team, yeah, I
yeah.
remember that's
Ken
when they beat
that guy
Nebraska.
that was the defensive end for the Redskins. He was from Dayton, Ohio. He was down here on Tech staff. I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah, but I remember those guys. That was when Bobby Ross was the head coach.
Yeah, Bobby Ross. Yep, he had George O'Leary, defense coordinator, Ralph Friedgen, offense coordinator. Yeah,
Ralph Friedgen was on that
yeah.
staff.
They won. They
Yeah,
won
he's
it.
coaching
They
Maryland.
tied it with Colorado.
They sure did, and yeah, because they beat Nebraska that year. That's when Mickey
Yeah,
Joseph
they
was
beat
quarterback
Nebraska. Yeah,
at Nebraska. Mickey Joseph and those guys, and Tyrone Hughes, all those guys were in Nebraska. They're from both New Orleanians.
was because
that
Mickey
Nebraska
played
team.
quarterback, right?
Yeah, Mickey was quarterback at Nebraska during that time, and Tyrone Hughes, both of them from New Orleans. Mickey was from Archbishop Shaw and Marrero, and Tyrone Hughes out of St. Augustine in New Orleans. That's an all-black male Catholic high school where Leonard Fournette and all those guys, Tyron Matthew went on and played.
Yeah, because he went to there's a talk about St. Aug.
St. Aug, man, that's the Purple Knights. That's where they played. That's man, they recruited Nebraska recruited heavily out of New Orleans. Them in Colorado, they were heavy out of New Orleans. That's why Cordell and Shannon Clavel and all those guys. Mickey's brother played at Vance played at Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his brother Vance went to Colorado.
So that's the reason why Vance is so connected with Denver.
Yeah, Vance played quarterback the 1987 state championship team at Archbishop Shaw and Marrero, and some of their coaches back. Hank Tierney, he had retired, and now he's back coaching. They won state this past football season.
So Dion calling out Virginia for taking some of his starters. Oh well.
Dion's doing what?
He said he called out Virginia. I guess the Cavaliers and said that he took some of his starters. Oh well.
Ain't nobody put no gun to their head. They left because they want to leave.
Well.
So how you feel about, since we talk about transfer portal, how you feel about Nate Rimmer going back into the transfer portal?
Yeah, I saw that. Was that today or yesterday? I saw that.
Surprise.
Yesterday.
Hey, I mean, that's what he want to do. Yeah. You know, because you get a chance to play with the national champion. You do your spring, and then you go up and leave. I mean, hey, whatever. We'll see. Somebody might pick him up. Somebody in SWAC or MEAC or somebody will pick him up. He might go back to Bethune. He might go down there because he's from Florida, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or FAMU, because they showed it. So FAMU's number 2 wide receiver went into the portal yesterday. Also, Quan Lee.
Yeah, that's the kid they got from Central Florida. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I remember him. 21.
Now I saw a guy from Jackson State. Rico Powers went into the portal.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he went in.
He went into it, but the thing about it is with Rico, I don't know if it's attitude or if it's him not putting forth the effort, but hey,
he wasn't missed. That's what it was. They won a national championship without him. That's what it was. He wasn't missed.
Oh yeah, FAMU had a double whammy this weekend. Kobe Grove, the tight end for FAMU, went into the portal today.
Oh, well, Coach Cozy, yeah, you're gonna have to kind of
somebody gonna snatch both of them players up. Look, Mr. Moore, if I'm Southern, if I'm Baton Rouge Academy, I go get Quan Lee from FAMU.
No, he looking to go bigger, man. I felt like that was a money thing. He want money. He ain't gonna leave no FAMU and go to Southern. You ain't gonna leave no Henry Burris to go play for what's that boy's Mark Frederick. That don't make no sense. He's trying to get to a group of 5 so he can get that money, get more money.
Those Southern Knights, man, about Coach Frederick. Oh man, they going hard and heavy on him.
Man, listen, no, he ain't getting ready to leave no FAMU to go to Southern. I'm not believing that. You gonna leave Henry Burris to go to Mark Frederick?
Oh man, those Southern Knights going hard and heavy on.
You heard anybody say Southern had an explosive offense? Did anybody say that? Did anybody say that?
Only Adrian would say that, would tell you that, but then again, he'll tell you the truth about Southern football. They need Jesus.
Man.
No, he's probably trying to get to either a group of 5 or somebody said something to him. Because he came from Central Florida.
Okay.
Yeah. Somebody he's trying to get some money. Huh?
He played Central Florida. He played on Gus Malzahn?
Yeah, he played on the Gus. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he might be going back. He might be going across the street or something. Because Gus is in Tallahassee.
He's in Tallahassee now. Yeah, he said cross
the street. He's OC for Mike Norvell.
He the OC for Norvell?
Yeah.
All right, Norvell, you better get them walking papers. They gonna make Gus Malzahn the next head coach.
I tell you, listen. This what we hoping that Trey Young get them walking papers. We hoping he get them walking papers from him.
Trey Young, my brother coached him in.
We hoping he get them walking papers here.
Oh boy,
walk on back to Oklahoma.
Oh boy, my brother coached him in Atlanta. Oh man, he's assistant. Yeah. Oh boy.
my cousin wanted to get him if he was still an NBA executive. Ryan Higgins.
Where's Rod Higgins now?
He's still in California. That's all I thought. That's last time.
Because I remember he was the GM for Michael Jordan, wasn't he?
Yeah, when he was in DC.
Hey Doc.
Oh, I thought he was the GM for Charlotte.
Oh yeah, Charlotte. What's up?
Hey, okay.
Hey Doc, while we're on the NBA subject, I know you're a Mavericks fan. I think they want to choke. I think those people want to choke Nico Harrison right now, the GM.
One of them too, bro.
Him.
I'd love to have him. I'd love to have Lonzo.
Nico Harrison's name has been kind of. He talking about. He heard about that press conference, that secret press conference. He talking about he didn't want. Explain.
Man,
that's wild.
Man, I'm gonna say it like this: everything was calculated. Everything was calculated, man,
and orchestrated.
He didn't want no phone. He didn't want no cameras or anything else. So okay, man.
We got a rattler up in here. So he said, yeah, he was given the okay from Cozy to roll up out of there. See what was out there. If not, he could come back. Our wide receiver room is crazy speed.
Yeah, that's what they say. They got a real fast wide receiver room.
Yeah, Cozy's gonna have his former Florida State teammate there is be introduced as head men's basketball coach tomorrow. 1993 Heisman Trophy winner Charlie Ward.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I knew his parents. I knew his dad.
Oh yeah, I heard his dad played at FAMU.
His dad was a big-time high school coach in South Georgia. Before integration, he was at a place called Magnolia High, Thomasville, and when they integrated, he went to Thomasville Central.
Yeah.
His daddy was teammates with Bob Hayes. He
Yeah,
was
I
on the
heard.
same team with Bob Hayes.
I heard he played under Jay Gaither.
Yeah,
Bob
all
Hayes.
of them. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the late 50s, early 60s.
yeah, Bob Hayes.
Yeah, that's
Now,
Charlie Ward Sr.
Yeah,
now, Mr. Edwards said that so-called press conference was stupid. It was stupid. We knew, bro. That was like you're not sitting on smoke signals. You're not doing none of that stuff. Smoke screens or whatever. Everybody saw right through that shit, bro. You didn't look good. And plus, and second of all, so y'all know Mark Cuban back then before all the situation with the workplace
yeah,
issues and stuff like that, where before he had to switch he had to switch everything over, fired a lot of people.
yeah. They had a horrible situation there, sexual
Yeah,
harassment allegedly.
right, sexual harassment and stuff like that. He
Yeah,
cleaned house. So
that's why he brought the black
so
lady in.
yeah, Cynthia Marshall
Yeah,
was the
she was with AT&T.
mm-hmm,
Yeah,
and
my phone retired.
she was the CEO.
Yeah,
She was the CEO of the Mavericks all the way up until the end of last year. She the one who hired Nico. Nico, because Nico Harrison replaced Donnie Nelson. Donnie Nelson, he kind of felt like he was getting pushed out from the team and stuff like that. Because Donnie Nelson been with the Mavericks ever since his daddy
Don
was the head
Nelson's son.
coach. Yeah, since
Yeah,
his daddy was the head coach.
yeah,
And Donnie was the one who went and he was the one who went and found Dirk, and he was the one who went and found Luka.
okay,
He just felt like that some of the things that was going on in the organization, he wasn't with that. And he wasn't forced to have nothing like that. He just decided to leave on his own.
okay,
But Sid Marshall was the one who hired Nico. Nico
okay.
was the one who did the with the trades and stuff like that. So he's the GM.
Yeah,
So so if you knew if Donnie made a trade, it made sense. So
yeah.
okay, it made sense for the Mavericks to go get Chase and Chandler. That was the trade. It was a must that Donnie would go get a veteran point guard when Jason Kidd was the point guard. It was like
Terry.
Yeah, Jason Terry. Jason Terry was already with the team. But to keep him on there, just make some pieces go. Because we saw what happened in 06. We tasted, we almost had the champagne in 06, and it, y'all know the rug pulled off from under us. But he wanted to get back there. So I that's what I'm saying. So like the trades that we see now, like I understand, okay, getting Kyrie, cool. We need, point guard. We need the point guard to take the ball out of Luka's hand. To get Daniel Gafford from DC, that was a good thing. To get to draft Derek Lively, we needed that too. So yeah, he told majority ownership, but like I said, it was written in that. Yeah, it was written in that stipulations that the team doesn't move from Dallas. Even you feel like you losing money, but we all know they weren't losing no money. That stadium, that arena was already stay jam packed.
I can tell looking on television.
You can't like people be like, yeah, ain't nobody going to be in that game. Bullshit. It's still 20,000 folks in the American Airlines Center. So
whatever happened to Norman Carter?
The original owner?
Yeah.
Don Carter.
Don Carter, he died.
He died.
Yeah, the
Okay.
cowboy
He
hat.
died years ago.
Yeah, the
Okay.
cowboy hat.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
where the cowboy at.
Yeah, that was on the logo too. That the cowboy hat was on the logo.
mm-hmm. Yeah, we
Yeah,
should go
Don
back
Carter.
to it.
I remember him.
We
Yeah,
should go back to it.
he had Mark Aguirre and
Mark McGuire,
Jay
Rolando
Benson,
Blackman. Yeah,
Rolando Blackman.
Dale Ellis is there shortly for a short
Remember
period.
the Roy Tarpley? Remember Roy
Roy
Tarpley?
Tarpley Donaldson.
Yeah, James Donaldson,
Yeah, had Sam Perkins,
Sam Perkins.
Derek Harper.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. I remember Derek Harper. Listen, Doc, listen, bro Hunt, let me get ready to get in this bed, man. You know, I got to do that thing in the morning.
Yeah, I know you had
You
to
gotta go to school.
deal with
You
the
gotta
young
go to
ones.
class in the
You have to
morning.
educate them.
Yeah, man. Y'all have a good one, man.
All right,
All right.
happy Easter to you again, and
Okay.
yeah, take care.
All right.
So now we got the draft is coming up. We got the draft coming up, and we're trying to see where our players go. But Blue did tell us earlier that the first player he see come off the board from the HBCU is going to be Carson Vincent from Alabama A&M. He thinks the second player to come off the board would be a day 3. Still would be Robert McDaniel, and then anybody after that is pretty much going to be an undrafted free agent. I want Robert McDaniel to come to Dallas, to the Cowboys. We need him. We need him. We need him. Him and Marquise Bell will be the 1-2 combination that y'all think y'all. We need him. We need him. We need Robert McDaniel. Hell, I go where James Houston at. You want to come to Dallas? Come on.
James Houston. I forgot. Was he still in Detroit?
No. I think it was last time he was in Cleveland.
Cleveland. Okay, I know they move him around, so I had lost track of Houston.
Well, Rod could play free safety. He could be free. He could be strong. He whatever. We need some safety help. I'm gonna tell you that. Y'all need a defensive line. Y'all need defense. Y'all need a defensive line. But I don't know where I think Irv is gonna go. Do you see Irv Mulligan going to Houston or going to New Orleans?
New Orleans. I wonder was it Kellen Kellen Moore is the new head coach. And you know what, Mickey Loomis. Those people you talking about with GM. We were just talking about Nico Harrison on the NBA side. Mickey Loomis. He's been there so long. He's been there longer. The longest serving GM that's not the owner. But there are people this day and time, Doc. There are people that really want him to go, but they said, man, Mickey not going. Where say Gail Benson loves him, and he's keeping him around, and just things just happening. just so he better come through with another championship. That's what people are looking at. Yeah, because he's brought Breeze and all these guys that championship team. But this day and time, Loomis is not a popular person in New Orleans among those Saints fans.
Yeah, James with the Cleveland. I don't know the reason why. He left Detroit. I don't know the reason why they let him go for Detroit, but I think that was a bad move because you couldn't. What's it? My thing is Aiden Hutchinson is out. Where's your pressure come? Yeah, where's your pressure gonna come from the edge?
Yeah.
So
I didn't know he's still there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, okay. So he say you're a free agent. Come on to Dallas.
Dallas,
come on, Dallas.
Jerry is they can't. Hey, he said he gets whoever you can get.
Whatever you can get, come on to Dallas. You and Mike off the edge. Come on, shit.
Because Jerry is always he's Opgum owner, president, general manager.
Man,
Okay.
Jerry is everything that he needs to better and shit.
That's why I was saying Mickey Loomis is the longest serving GM that doesn't own the team. He's been there so long. Yeah. In New Orleans. Yeah. And Jerry, I know Jerry owns the team. He does it all. I said, okay.
So Blue said we need to get Matthew Golden from Texas in the first round. I like what I saw from Golden. He got speed. Yeah, he got speed. He got his route running. I wouldn't say precise, but is it like lookable?
What are they gonna do with Dak, man?
Well, you know, Dak got his contract restructured. Him and CD's contract got restructured, so
Yeah.
they can have more money on the end.
CD Lamb.
They get more money on the back end. We get
Oh, okay.
money off the top to where we can sign players.
Oh, okay.
Who said Michael Parsons get $200 million?
Michael Parsons.
Who said he's gonna get $200 million? Well, guess what? He did play outside line. He did play linebacker. So moving back to linebacker, let him come out the edge as a linebacker.
Michael Parsons.
And if Matthew Golden could complement CD well, I think that's a good 1-2 combination right there. Who are the best 3 players that JSU picked up for fall 25? Shoot. It would have been Nate Ribbit, but he decided to go into the portal. I'm not gonna talk bad about the kid. I would say on the real, I would say get Jacobian back as QB1.
Jacoby Morgan still at Jackson State?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Jeremiah Williams still on the team. That's 2.
Oh, okay.
And the third one, I would say getting some more edge rushers to come off the edge for the defense too. Because receivers we fine. Running back we did get. It's not an upgrade, but we feel like we got better at running back with bringing in a couple of running backs. I answered the question, Ed. We picked them up. They good.
You know, a great edge rusher, man. The guy from I like the guy from Penn State, Abdul Carter.
Abdul Carter.
They're playing injured, man.
Now some people was like, go get him and have him, and
he's coming off an injury.
He come off injury, have him on one side and Michael Parsons on the other side. That sounds good. That sounds good. I think the running back. I think he is better. I think he is better, but I don't think he a Herb Mulligan.
Yeah, Herb Mulligan, man, he's tough. Hard enough. He's one of the old school running backs. Man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I like Herb.
So yeah, I'm looking at about to look at the roster now. On my phone. But yeah.
Yeah, that draft should be quite interesting, man.
Yeah, the draft is gonna be interesting. First and foremost, Cam Ward.
Cam Ward
is gonna be the first player.
That's what, yeah. Cam Ward.
Even though I feel like Tennessee really don't need a QB right now, but you gotta take them. I want to see what Levi White gonna do as a DB for Jackson. Also wanted to see what Carmelo Jones, the linebacker, the edge linebacker, gonna do.
Yeah.
And let's try to see. Try to see. Those two. Oh, I forgot about the edge rush from Florida, Quincy Ivory. I want to see what he does too. I want to see what they do. So, yeah.
The defense wins championships.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to know what they gonna do, what those three gonna do as far as on defense side. I feel like our offensive side is gonna be fine. In the draft this week, because it starts on Thursday, ends on Saturday. I'm looking at of course Cam Ward coming off.
Yeah.
Gone. First round. First pick.
That's what a lot of people are predicting.
That's what a lot of people predicted. And then Travis Hunter gonna be number 2.
Hunter's be number 2.
Yeah, but you can either flip flop because I think
these things change up so quickly.
Right, because most people want Travis to go number 1.
They do make these trades.
Yeah. Right. I think Travis could go number 1. He'd go number 2. Travis could go number 3. Travis could go in the first 5 picks. Yeah. Now, the question is, where does Shador land?
You know, people saying Giants and then coming with Raiders, and it's just, I don't know.
So, because people saying that his stock has fallen in the last couple of weeks because for him being on these these NFL interviews and stuff like that. But I feel like people gonna say, well, here's the knock. Everybody know what the knock is on Shador. We all seen them. We all see them in the SWAC. The knock on the Shador is he holds on to the ball too long.
That's been the talk. Him not releasing until they hold on to the ball too long.
The other thing is they say he doesn't have a strong arm. But yeah, the knock is an arm strength. But well, we all saw what he did in Jackson. We all saw what he did at both schools. Hell, we all saw what he did at high school. So
I watched him in person in Jackson when I went to Miami in that 2021 Orange Blossom Classic.
Which was more defense than offense.
More defense. Yeah, 7-6. I was at that game.
More defense than offense, but it was still a good game. It was still a good game.
Marquise Bell, he was dominant from that Jackson, and James Houston for Jackson State and Marquise Bell for FAMU.
Mm-hmm. So the knock is his arm strength, but he can throw bullets, he can throw darts, he can throw everything, but
and Aubrey Miller.
Yeah, Aubrey Miller. His kryptonite is throwing from the far hash when you throw them deep outs, those out routes, stop routes, throwing from the far hash. That takes a lot of arm strength to get from that side to the other side, and that's like damn near probably maybe 40 yards. If you really think about it. People also say, well, he passed the ball, but I mean, a lot of quarterbacks pass the ball. That you're not telling me anything that unless you time, if you time it, you just straight looking. But Ed, ain't nobody making tight when throws 15, 30 yards like that because everything is short. Everything is short. The knock on Cam Ward is, well, here's the thing they'll say, well, he played, he really did have no stars coming out of high school. He played option quarterback when he was in high school. But as soon as he got to UIW and really lit everybody up for 2 years at UIW.
Then he went to Washington State.
And then transferred with the Washington State for 2 years. And did the same thing up there. And then he comes home, he comes back down and goes to Miami.
Yeah.
Which really, the fact, like Mr. Ford will tell you, the fast start is because the schedule wasn't all that great. Yeah. But you see with Cam, you see arm strength, you see quick release.
Yeah, that's what talks quick release.
And you also see that he will tuck the ball and he will run. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
He's athletic. He's big and athletic enough where he can actually run the ball. The downside is for him is like, okay, well, do he take the games? Does he take the game seriously by what we saw? Certain games where it seemed like he just it looked like he don't care, but he'll just throw a little floater and he'll still go for a touchdown. But the other question, do he really care about the game? And I'll tell you the answer is yes. I think he does care about the game. And then with Travis. Travis has all the energy. He has all the energy. He has quickness. He has twitchy. He's twitchy. He's fast. For somebody that think, he's real. He's very fast. I think he ran like a 4. Was it a 4? Was it a 4.3 or 4.4 at his pro day? Yeah, Travis is generational.
Oh yeah.
Hand-eye coordination when it comes to catching the football. As a receiver, can he get separation? So he didn't run a 40. Okay. But as a receiver, he can get separation because, they feel like he's not strong enough. Now, on the cornerback side, yes, he will test your ass. He is strong, and he does have speed to catch up with you. That's the only knock right there.
Yeah.
Ever since he's been in college football, started at Jackson State, he's been injury prone.
Yeah. So I didn't see much of him at Jackson State until around the close to Celebration Bowl.
Mm-hmm. We saw that. We saw what he did in the Celebration Bowl. I was I
watched that one. North Carolina Central game.
We saw what he did against Texas Southern, where he put somebody in the matrix. Dude was trying to go fly for the tackle, step back. Yeah. Sideline. But he has been injured. Remember, he's at Jackson. He missed 6 games at Jackson.
He missed a lot of he missed a few games.
He missed 6 games at Jackson. He played in the Orange Blossom Classic, but he was not ready.
No.
With that ankle.
Yeah.
So
he wore that thing when they had a SWAC football media day during that time.
Mm-hmm. And then when he gets to Colorado, but he played both ways anyway. Both places he played both ways.
Both ways, kind of like Charles Woodson.
But see, Charles Woodson, so he was hurt his senior in high school. Oh yeah. But Charles Woodson had another dynamic on him. He returned punts and kicks.
Return those punts. Oh yeah. I remember that about Woodson. Yeah, it's that era I came to.
So to me, like if he was first of all, if he wasn't injured from high school when he had his senior year in high school, I think he would have got bigger, he would have got stronger, and of course he's gonna be fast. But I think I would have put him as a punt returner, kick returner. Because hell, I want him to win the Walter Payton Award. I mean I want him to win the Walter Payton Award for FCS. There you go to Colorado. We know what you can.
Yeah.
You can see and shoot, continue. Because that's what got Charles Woodson the Heisman.
Yeah.
He was a kick returner, punt returner, cornerback, and played some wide receiver.
Some receiver. Yeah, that was that national championship team.
The national championship team.
Yeah.
The knocks on him is
9'7".
Yeah. The knock on him is they feel like he's still too skinny. He doesn't look like he doesn't keep weight on him. I don't know. I think weight stays on him, but at the same time, he got a high metabolism. Y'all don't.
Yeah.
Like I think his metabolism is up there. That's the reason why he really can't be like 190, 195, 200 pounds. But those are the two knocks: is that he's small, that he's still kind of small for his frame, and he got injured a lot. And the real big question is, can he play both sides of the ball? You know what I'm saying? Can he play both sides of the ball? The last person to truly play both sides of the ball, like full time, no injuries and nothing like that, was Chuck Bednarik.
Chuck Bednarik, yes, Philadelphia Eagles.
Right, played center and he played guard. Played, was it center and linebacker or center and guard? I think it was center and linebacker.
Linebacker. Remember, they're talking about those forearm hits that he made.
Yeah,
he made those forearm hits.
So yeah, Dion flirted with it. He flirted with it, and it became his main thing to go both ways. Plus, be a punt returner. But my whole thing is, can he do all three? If he gonna do both of them, he might as well just go do all three. But it's a lot of players. Look, it's a lot of players that did play both ways after Charles Woodson. You got, who's that? Chris Gamble.
Yeah.
Chris Gamble played. He played offensive. He played both ways. That's was it Chris Gamble or Jenkins? No, it's Chris Gamble.
Yeah.
No. Remember, it was 1 year he was situational, but then it was the fact that he was the secondary. He was the secondary receiver. He was the second receiver to Michael Irvin before he injured his neck.
Oh yeah,
he played defense, and he was a kick and punt returner too for one whole season.
Yeah, I remember when Irvin injured his neck in that was against Philadelphia.
And I still hate them damn fans.
Oh, those Eagle fans! Oh man, those people are crazy. Yeah, they're wild.
But that's a lot of. But that in the sense that there's going to be a lot of snaps nowadays. But hey, I mean, he played it. He played it in college, and not only did he play it in college, he played it in a place where the air is thin up there. Shador has a stronger arm than Brock Purdy. Yeah, I can say that. But Brock Purdy can't see over anybody that's 6'4" or above.
Brock Purdy. Yeah.
Yeah, he said that in an interview. But other than that, I think that's really what the draft is. But I feel like of course, Carson. We said Carson Wentz is going to be the first player off the board. I think Robert McDaniel. Yeah, and if somebody get real lucky, I look at Irv. I want to see where Irv goes. Irv Mulligan.
That's a big question. How many HBCU players are going to go to?
Right. I don't even worry about. See, here's the thing. I done got to the point where I'm not even worried about them getting drafted. I just worry about where they're going to go.
Yeah.
That's all I worry about. I don't. I'm not saying that our players don't need to be drafted. I'm saying they do need to be drafted, but at the same time, I'm just looking at it from standpoint. I want them to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So let's see. Kevin Williams was Irvin's number 2, but he also was a kick returner, punt returner. Then he had
Miami.
Yeah, he went to the University of Miami.
Yeah,
yeah, and he went to Dallas Roosevelt.
Yeah, he is from Dallas. Miami's getting a
Uh,
lot from Dallas.
Alvin Harper was his number 2 for some years
Alvin
before
Harper, University of
before
Tennessee.
before he took that bullshit contract to go to Tampa Bay, and he did not pan out there because he knew he was no number 1. He was always gonna be he's always gonna be a Robin. Number Yeah, that was his number 2. He went to Tampa Bay, and then for they didn't flirt with Deion being a receiver until what 1990,
Was that
1997.
That was
He did catch
that
that.
90,
He did catch that
the
long
95
pass.
season.
Yeah,
That was
in the
that Super
95
Bowl.
season, in the Super
That
Bowl year.
96, and they beat the Steelers. That was that last championship team. Yeah, I watched that game.
Yeah, but he wasn't the number 2. He was the primary DB.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alvin Harper played. Yeah, he took that. Alvin Harper, a guy greedy, thought he was a number 1. Turned out he was he turned out he was an ugly duckling.
Yeah, I remember
And
Alvin Harper.
he got cut by Tampa Bay 2 years later, because I think that's when Tony Dungy came into play.
Yeah. No, Dungy was assistant with the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
He was defense coordinator even under Dennis Green.
Yeah, but I think if you really think about it, when it comes down to it, I think if Travis concentrates on one position, let him get acclimated to the one position, and then see if they want to play him at another position, to go both ways. Then yeah, I think let him get acclimated to NFL play first before he even think about saying I can go both ways. But you got to say that because you got to have the confidence in yourself that you know that you can do it. He's done it.
Yeah,
he's done it in 3 years. So, in reality, he's only done it in 2 because I only count the half season he played in Jackson and then the couple of games he played with Colorado their first year. All right, now, Ro, what is your Prairie View Panthers going to do over there? Because I know that's Prairie View, the school symbol for Prairie View. Miss Destiny, what is your Grambling Tigers going to do this season? Watch this, y'all.
Mickey wanted to come because they come ready. Yeah. So I think he's gonna be the offense coordinator, head coach and offense coordinator.
You said go to ATL. Where y'all going to ATL to go shop? Y'all going to Lenox Mall, Lenox Square? They do got some good malls out there, but I don't think y'all going to no Celebration Bowl.
Yeah, I saw Tremaine Jackson that promo talking about he had singing talking about Atlanta.
Yeah, I told you what she said. I don't know. Go Grambling.
That sounds like a Grambling night. I'm around. I see him all the time. That sounds like
Miss Destiny, what Grambling gonna do this year to Prairie View
in
the State Fair Classic?
I hear it all the time. I don't know. We Grambling, baby. Yeah, I'm among. I see him all the time. Grambling.
Go Graham for taking Fairview's coach.
Oh, talking about Patrick Crary. Yeah, he's up. He's in the area now.
Well, I guess he told us, but I mean, I need to see it for myself. I need to see it for myself. Me and the missus gonna have to drive down. She said, "I don't care. Go grab."
That sounds like a Gremlin night. Like I said, they always say, "Go Gremlin." We Graham fam. We Gremlin baby. Okay.
Come on, Mr. Edwin. You're not that old, sir. Yes, the malls still matter.
He has a point. Hey, it has a point because I'm looking at the mall here, man. It's kind of like I said, like Dodge City, man. There's a lot of and it's not that doesn't have anything to do with the mall. It's just nationwide. Stores are closing. These companies are closing. And you talking about Amazon and all. I was looking at what Ed's comment. That's just where we are now. It seems like during the time of the pandemic, and start seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You don't see all those
But
money. Have them doing, yeah, just these companies are closing. They're not keeping up with the times.
Miss Destiny, are we going to Grambling for a homecoming game at Grambling? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Man, I remember that was back 2 years ago when they play Alabama A&M. Man, that was horrible. when they and A&M didn't have the best team, man, mess Gramblin's homecoming up.
Mm.
And I remember that same weekend, it was bad for those Alabama schools messing up homecoming. You know, Alabama State, I know that's one y'all don't want to talk about, Alabama State. That same weekend, that same day. Yeah.
You know what? I met alum from Alabama State at work on it was yesterday morning because I got off at 8 o'clock. They came around about 6 o'clock because
Yeah.
she had an issue with a tooth attorney.
Oh.
And I asked her, I said, "So what you think about what y'all gonna do this coming season?" She said, "If Coach Robinson don't get his shit together, he's gonna be on the next thing smoking."
Yeah, he can't.
And
He
he
can't just
said,
be a defensive coach.
and she said, that is what the alumni is talking about.
Yeah, they can't just be defensive. Yeah, I wonder if
What's
Andrew
up,
Body's
Troy?
gonna be. I wonder
Come
if
on,
Body's gonna be healthy, man.
yeah, come on, Troy. Let's talk some NFL. Let's talk your Raiders and see what they gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is three that's still going here in Dallas. It's the Parks Mall, it's Stonebriar, ooh, and it's what's the other mall?
Yeah,
I
you
would
know,
say Galleria.
I've been to they have some big malls there in Dallas and Houston. I've been to the Galleria in Houston on Westheimer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you had the hotel right there. You can go right into the hotel. Not very far from that. It's not very far from Joel Osteen's church at that Lakeland, that Lakewood Church. It's not far from there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about North Park.
Yeah, it used to be the Summit where the Rockets used to play.
I ain't from South Dallas. I'm from Oak Cliff. I'm from the Cliff. I stay
Oak Cliff.
repping.
South Oak Cliff. I remember the little Bears.
I stay repping. I'm from Oak Cliff. I'm from the east side of Oak Cliff.
That was a guy used to be band.
City
That was a guy from here. He used to be band director. He at South Oak Cliff. He's come on like a weekend. He was band director. He's from here. He's passed on. His name was Richard Johnson. They call him Zimri Johnson. He was band director at South Oak Cliff. A lot of people remember Mr. Johnson. He's passed on. He was band director here in Richwood, and then he took the job at South Oak Cliff back in the '80s. And yeah, he was band director there. South Oak Cliff. Yeah, he was band director there for some time, and then he retired. He came on back. He was still living in Monroe, but he was between it and Dallas.
Yeah.
He and Dad
Yeah.
played much music there. He and his brother. His brother was band director at Grambling. Maurice Johnson. They both had passed on. He and Dad gigged and they played in the band at Grambling together. Zimmer Johnson went to Southern. Yeah, he was at South Oak Cliffs band director. People, the old heads, they remember Mr. Johnson.
I remember Carter's band director came from Southern.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know Carter.
But yeah.
Yeah, Carter.
So yeah, I got a question for y'all. I'm about some people about to get pissed off on this one. Let's talk about this. Who is your HBCU Mount Rushmore for players and coaches and football? Football.
Man, that's always a question. That one is getting that's been a heated discussion. I've been seeing this on social media. That's a heated one.
Put it in the chat. But for players. Then get your Mount Rushmore for players. You go first, Chuck.
For players, Mount Rushmore. Which sport is football?
Football. We talking football.
Oh gosh, Mount Rushmore. Tell me, Mount Rushmore is gosh, that's a tough one for players. People gonna say Doug Williams. Would that be one? Jerry Rice. Some say Walter Payton.
Okay.
Steve Air two McNair.
Okay.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about this, Jay.
And those coaches, he said for coaches,
the
HBCU coaches. I mean, they're gonna put it automatically and say Eddie Robinson, and there's depending on the people at a certain age, they would say John Merritt or Jay Gaither. I'm just trying to think about those old coaches. I'm just trying to think about it. And, some of the Southern people probably say, "Oh, wait, what about Pete Richardson?" They would start saying that. I said, "Well, yeah, they have Pete Richardson and who they have? Oh yeah, can't forget Godfather. Yeah, you sure can't forget Godfather, Marino Chasm. Yeah, Marino Chasm. Yeah, he had a Godfather.
I ain't taking you serious, bro. Don't go there. Don't
go. About A.W. Moffitt, that's going back, man. He passed away back in 62. Yeah, and he was a great coach, man. Don't get me wrong that time, but I think he passed in 62.
No, I ain't talking about. I know about Ace Moffitt. We talking Ace about Moffitt. He put Prime up in there.
Man, Moffitt. Yeah, Moffitt passed away in 62. Yeah, I heard he was something else.
This is interesting, right? This is interesting right here.
Billy Nix. Yeah, Prairie View. Eddie Hurt from Morgan State. Yeah.
And Jay Gaither,
FAMU. Yeah. Automatic people gonna be on Coach Rob gonna be on the list of all these people. Yeah, you're gonna have to have Coach Rob on there.
Oh yeah. Let's say Eddie Robinson, John Merritt, Marino Chasm, H.W. Moffitt, and W.C. Gordon and Pete Richardson. It doesn't, and then your Mount Rushmore don't have to be just 4. You could put 5, whatever on there, but y'all know the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, you have Mount Rushmore situated. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with it's my Mount Rushmore for HBCU football on players. All right. So I'm gonna go with W.C. Gordon. Of course.
Oh, Gordon. Yeah, that guy was something else. I've watched Coach Gordon's teams. We got to know Coach Gordon while he was living.
I'm gonna go with Eddie Robinson.
Yes.
Eddie Robinson from Grambling. And I'm gonna go with Jake Gaither.
Jay Gaither
For FAMU.
How you say it? Hostile? Yeah, somehow you used to have these three things. Yeah.
And my last one,
mobile, hostile.
Yeah, my last one. Ooh, I'm gonna have to go with John Merritt.
John Merritt, Big John Merritt.
Big
Yeah,
John,
Jackson
I'm gonna go
State,
Big
Tennessee
John
State.
Merritt.
Yeah.
What's going on, Troy?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much.
Well,
See y'all up late.
This Troy Coleman.
No. Troy White.
Troy White. Oh, okay. Troy White. Okay. Yeah. How's it going?
Everything going good. You know, happy Easter to everybody.
Happy Easter to you all. Happy Easter or Passover. I don't know who's in here that celebrate Passover, whatever. I'm always inclusive when I'm doing the greetings because I don't know what people celebrate.
Yep. I woke up this morning about to complain about the SWAC not putting championships on TV or the digital network or some streaming platform. I guess we got to get smoke signals.
Well, we did have a representative that from us go down to New Orleans to see the tennis matchups. So
about tennis.
Yeah, we got Jackson David. Yeah, we got smoke.
Well, FAMU won at tennis.
Yeah,
FAMU won the women and Alabama State won the men.
Yeah, I saw that on this other HBCU sports show I was watching before coming on here, and talking about it. Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is this: if them people in Daytona can get all their baseball games on some platform, SWAC office can do the same.
Have you ever had Jerry Bell on Doc? From Bethune-Cookman, Hale Wildcat. That Jerry Bell, I've become acquainted with him. He lives in Orlando, Florida. He's a BCU alumnus.
Okay.
Get Jerry Bell on. Yeah.
Might do that. Might have to do that.
Yeah.
Well, I did reach out to Bobby Rome earlier this evening, see if he could come on. Since, for Chicago State. And
Chicago State getting a football program.
Oh yeah, they'll be starting up next week. I mean, not next week, next year. I can say next week.
Oh, next year? Okay.
Yeah, next year.
Chicago State.
Yo, Troy, give me your Mount Rushmore for HBCU football coaches and players.
So mine is a little different. Mine is a little different because of my frame of reference. I'm gonna go with the smooth brother Sylvester from VCU. In my youth, I grew up watching the Classic in Tampa, and I can tell you from experience, rain, hail, sleet, or snow, Sylvester never got wet. His outfits never got dirty. Coolest dude I've ever seen. Then my next one, everybody's favorite, Jay Gaither. Of course, FAMU. Shocking, but I add this one all the time. You can't have FAMU without the FCS National Championship. So Bullet has got to be up there.
Rudy Hubbard.
Rudy Hubbard. I'm sorry, Rudy Hubbard's got to be up there.
Hubbard. Oh yeah.
Yep. He got to be up there.
Yeah.
Another one that, again, because of my frame of reference, I'm gonna put him, and I'm gonna put Eddie Robinson neck and neck. Eddie Robinson, but I'm sorry, Billy Joe, 5 straight Black National Championships.
Oh, Billy Joe
in my lifetime.
Central State and FAMU. Oh man, I watched him at both places. Yes, I came to those times.
Those are being in Tallahassee in the middle '90s was a
Oh yeah.
time to be alive.
Oh yeah, it was. You're right. The Gulf Coast offense. That had the rack boys run after catch offense. Those
Man, don't
run
even
after
talk
catch
about them
boys.
boys, right? I don't even want
Those
to talk
rack
about the
boys.
Gulf Coast offense because they came to Jackson and put
Yeah,
45 on us.
they were something else.
That was my look, Troy. That was my sophomore year at Jackson State. They came in '98,
Run
put
after
45
catch
on
boys.
us,
Yeah.
and then had the
Just
nerve that pots and pans want to come to the stadium late.
listen, those games. What a lot of people don't know is when Billy Joe got to FAMU, Florida State was still in the I formation.
Yeah.
FAMU started running off big victories, and all of a sudden, Bobby had to go to Buffalo to figure out how to run a shotgun offense. And
That sounds like
That's interesting.
I ain't saying that I know something, but it just seemed mighty strange that Florida State go to a shotgun and all of a sudden start competing for national championships.
yeah.
You
Charlie
had to
Ward.
see and learn something.
What was our record in 4-7? No, we was that year in '98. We was 93. What you talking about? We was 93. We didn't start going down here to that one person we do not talk about became our head coach.
I
Don't
know
mention his name. Don't say it. We don't need no bad juju over here.
Yeah, you don't want to get the U-Haul for him.
Man.
We was
So
93. We was 93. Yeah, we was 93 that year. We was not 7-4 in '98. Don't even go there, man.
man.
Hey, now, Ro, I can say y'all was 1-9 in 1998 at Prairie View.
Oh, Prairie View. I remember those in Prairie View. Yeah, they was something. Yeah, they were in a work in progress during that time.
Well, they was not a work in progress. They was
They
there. They
They
was
were
there
bad.
so they wouldn't get fined.
Yeah, that's what happened. And it happened. This guy, I don't know if he's still living. Hensley Sapienter. That's what he started saying that. Hey, look, we need to raise money. You need to give scholarships. He was there trying to. That's when they started putting the wheels in the motion, saying, "Hey, we need some scholarships here. You can't just have non-scholarship players on the team."
Don't
Yeah,
you be trying to be correct on me, Ro. I think my lady need to be give you the eye treatment. She'll do it. She'll do it to me on the phone whenever I say something smart. And she'll give me the eye. She'll put the phone close to her eyeball like, I see you.
yeah. So they wondered. Said, Coach Robbie wanted to say, "What's going on with Prairie?" Because he said he and Billy Nix were friends, and they all knew each other. He knew it, the kind of teams Prairie had because he used to struggle with them. And I knew something was wrong there.
Here she go. I told y'all.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna get nobody in trouble. Nobody in trouble.
hashtag get Destiny to Texas. That's the hashtag for tonight. Hashtag get Destiny to Texas.
Oh man. So you wanted to know about my Raiders?
Yeah, where the Raiders gonna go? Who gonna get? Who you gonna get?
All I know is if we don't get that dude from Boise State, Ashton Genty, we
Oh,
ride
Ashton
at
Genty.
dawn.
Oh,
We got a quarterback for 2 years. Where we're at in the draft is too high for Shador, in my opinion. So get the running back next year, the year after, find a quarterback solution long term and ride out.
Well. Do y'all need to go ahead and bury Mark Davis too? Because I think he needs to go ahead and get his flowers too and put him in the casket.
Put him next to his father.
Put
He
him
need
next
to
to
hurry
Jerry
up.
Jones too.
Oh, Jerry
Soon as we
Jones.
get,
Yeah, man, Jerry is kind of
how many times you
on his
gonna bury
last
Jerry
legs.
Jones?
As many times as I can.
Yeah, man.
He go blue. He said, "Y'all gonna tank for Arch."
Tank for Arch. Oh, talking about Arch Manning.
But it's he. I, some people gonna be mad at me. I don't think he's gonna be the best quarterback out of next year's draft.
I thought he got 2 more years left.
He do. He got 2 more years. But is he gonna stay to Texas 2 more years?
I think so. I think he want his own legacy. Like I don't think I mean, Texas is in the big. It is in the SEC. I'm about to say Big 12, but shoot, it's SEC now.
I had to get accustomed to Texas and Oklahoma being in the SEC, man. This past season, it hit me when I started seeing them with the SEC patches on. I said, "Wait a minute, they're in the SEC."
I think he wants to create his own legacy. His uncle was at Tennessee. The other was at Ole Miss. I think he wants to make his own name for himself at the University of Texas, and I think he'll be able to do it for the next 2 years. So, will Arch Manning be a top QB for those in 28?
Possibly, but that all depends on how well Texas does.
Blue is coming in.
Carson.
Blue just wants to see crash out, and I ain't gonna do it. I'm not. I'm not gonna do it.
Where Marlo will you need him when we talk about the Buccaneers?
He don't want to talk about the Buccaneers right now.
Oh,
because they have no draft prospects, and the free agents market doesn't look good for them right now. So they're gonna be mediocre.
Mediocre. Oh, something that we already knew when they had John Gruden. They were mediocre.
It's that NFC South is gonna be that until somebody decides that they want to be great.
Anybody from the Blue Skins gonna get drafted? I mean,
not this year. I think they got some players that's gonna come out next year that have a chance to be first round draft picks. But this past season was disappointing for them.
Let's switch back to HBCUs. Where you think Nate Brimber gonna go to since he done jumped into the portal?
Oh, from Valley.
Here's my thing, right? If you're not getting, and I've been part of a few discussions today. It's a lot of kids that are just simply going to schools to be depth bodies for a monthly check.
Yeah.
Or they're transferring within the SWAC for either another shot at a Celebration Bowl or some more TV time. There's Jackson, FAMU, and I think Alabama A&M have a up and running NIL collectives. I might be wrong, so if I'm wrong, correct me. But the ones that I know about are up and running and actively using NIL to retain players. Outside of that, I mean, look what happened with FAMU 2 years ago now with General Hunt. General Hunt, the best defensive player in the SWAC, goes to Illinois. We don't hear from him.
That is something.
But
yeah, it's true.
Bills are being paid, so
22.
I understand it. I understand the thought process, and I'm a big NIL guy. Pay these kids, but at the same time, it's got to be some balance. If you're getting paid and you're not furthering either your career, and I want to say this gently, a degree from FAMU is different than a degree from Illinois. An HBCU degree carries more weight, and as a PWI guy, I'm saying this. a HBCU degree carry more weight than just an ordinary PWI degree.
I never thought about it that way. I'm hearing you talk about it, Troy.
Our kids need to transfer with a purpose and a goal. And if your NIL or your transfer agent isn't talking to you other than money and the future, maybe that's the wrong person for you. And again, I'm saying this as a pro player movement, pro NIL guy. I'm very, very pro. But what I'm seeing from these transfer portals, except for the coaches that are moving from team to team and the players are following them, if you look at that basketball portal, even the football portal right now, I'm looking at players that are not going to be playing next year. And it's about to get rough.
Gosh.
Because remember, teams are already doing the restrictions on roster limits.
Right.
That's why they're fighting the agreement now, because they've already done it. So now you got this last spring portal, 406 players jumped in, like over 11, 12, 1,300 players. That's crazy.
Boy.
So I'm optimistic, but I'm also real scared for players.
Yes, it's getting crazy. Wild, wild west.
And it will not get real. It will not crystallize until you see a player that are good players at the FCS level that have no home to go to. Then it's going to get real.
So you think some of these kids need to go ahead and stop, put their ego down and maybe go Division II?
They're going to have to, but remember, there are also Division II players that are trying to move as well. So you keep falling down in Division III, you're not paying for school.
Yeah.
So, and don't get me wrong, like every level has its pluses and minuses. But if you're an FCS player pushing for Celebration Bowls or pushing for FCS playoffs, and the potential of you not being anywhere and not playing at all, that's a real scary factor. Like I know 3 players that will probably end up going back to their schools because they're just that talented. And then there's about 20 players that I am definitely afraid they have nowhere to go.
Boy.
The worst thing I ever did was turn on them FCS and those FCS portal updates. That was the worst thing I ever did, because I'm like, I look at some of them notifications and I get depressed. I'm like, dang, I hope he finds somewhere. Because you're talking about players that was making plays for their teams that were middle of the pack teams, and now they may not have nowhere to go to.
Boy.
Pine Bluff looking for somebody.
Oh man. Yeah, because that one of those guys going to Oklahoma. That's Giovanni Gibson. Yeah.
Pine Bluff Valley, probably still looking for some players. And then you have players like Jackson, FAMU, Alabama State. They're losing players, and I can tell you right now, they're not batting the eye because they know they can get players out of the portal.
Yeah.
I don't have the answer. Like, I get on my podcast and scream, like, move and all of that, but at the same token, like, somebody got to move with a purpose.
Yeah.
Like, we should be talking this year about how General Hunt is getting drafted in the NFL. That should have been a discussion this year.
How he getting drafted? Is he going? Are they going based off his numbers from we was at FAMU?
No, I'm saying that should have been the discussion. He should have been somewhere where he was playing, not necessarily a body.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't know
You
where he
know,
was after FAMU.
I knew exactly where he was, and when he signed, I said, "Oh no,"
He went to
because
Illinois. Boy.
mhm, you know he wasn't the tallest guy, and then you know he was a bull guy. He's very strong, but he's not a tall guy. So when you put him in that Big Ten, he is now fighting against 6'5", 6'4" guys with extra long reaches. So it's a different animal. So his ability to show off his talents, he's
Hmm.
physically different than the players that are at Illinois.
Oh, okay. Is Brett Bielema still coaching at Illinois?
I believe so.
Oh, there you go. This how's
I'm
my
gonna need my
how
computer to. Yeah, Biamila is still up there.
He's still up there. Okay.
No, yeah, he's still up there.
Okay.
here's my issue. How in the hell can his credits travel from 3 schools in 4 months and many credits are readily accepted by that major and he's eligible?
There's
That's
something
a
to think about
Again,
your credits. Yeah, it's the EA has a point. There's those credits because you can lose some of those depending upon which school you go to.
move with a purpose.
Yeah.
There's a player at Jackson that isn't going anywhere because of the major they have at Jackson, and there's one at FAMU that isn't going anywhere because the major that he have at FAMU. It
Hmm.
is very difficult to get into a pharmacy program anywhere, period. And then you talk about transferring as a football player to a pharmacy program, that ain't easy. It's not easy at all. So they got to move with a purpose, man. I love the fact that players are getting paid above the table, as opposed to when I was at Florida State and players were getting
Oh, you
paid
went to
differently.
FSU. Okay.
Yep, players are getting paid differently.
Okay.
We can say it. They get paid SMU way. Here
Oh,
you go. You
SMU.
got your
The Pony
1,500 in
I mean,
Express.
it wasn't necessarily. I ain't gonna say that it wasn't a payroll, but some players was getting benefits and whatnot. Um, but
When were you
that
at
was
Florida State?
Same
from
year that
90. From
same year
I
that
got there in
Kobe was there.
94. I got there in 94 and graduated in 99. They won the
Okay.
national championship the year before
93.
and the year after.
Yeah, I came out of high school same year as Warwick Dunn. I'm from Monroe, Louisiana, and Warwick is from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And we came out of
Yep.
high school same year, 93.
Yep. It's
And Cozy
football was a
was
very
already there. He came
Mhm.
there before then.
Yeah, football had when I got to Florida State, football was or
Charlie
college
Ward.
sports was changing because
Yeah.
remember they used to have athletic dorms, which is why they had
Oh,
Burt Reynolds Hall.
yeah. Athletic
They
guys
got
started with
rid
Bear
of that.
Bryant. Yeah.
They got rid of that because of Oklahoma and Miami because
Oklahoma.
of the
Yeah, that
stuff.
situation. That rape
Whew.
situation. Rape scandal.
hmm
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that in the
So they
80s.
got rid of those,
Yeah.
and that's when everything started changing.
It
The
sure
entire
did.
landscape changed.
It sure did, Brother White. You're
Because
exactly
again,
right. I remember that.
I say this all the time. Everybody talking about Miami should have been under the death penalty. Alabama should have been on the death penalty at least twice.
Yeah, the first time they should have been on the death penalty when they paid they tried to get Big Albert Means from Memphis to come to come to Alabama.
I remember Albert Mean.
And they was like, oh, hold on now. Hold on now. Like, y'all niggas on downfall. Y'all ain't supposed to be getting a player like this right here. Yeah, we're gonna put you on 2 year, 3 year
Man.
probation.
Man, it was.
We're gonna put you on 3 year probation.
Nah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you
it
what
was
was
something.
during that time though. You could catch an HBCU game on ESPN2 or ESPNU all the time.
I remember that. Yeah.
Like I saw more Alcorn State games than I knew what to deal with, and this was
Yeah, that's what
even after the first year of the first year after Steve McNair left, they were
yeah.
still showing their games.
Yeah, they were showing a lot of games. I remember that back in the 90s.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Florida State back then was fun times. It was definitely fun times, but as I'm older now, I get the reality of the economics of how it got shortchanged. Like HBCUs built a whole network, and now we can't get that network to give us 2 nickels.
Boy.
Because I'm about to say the SEC ain't built ESPN. The SEC built the damn CBS network.
CBS network. I think the Big Ten and Fox are still going pretty well, but they're reaping the rewards of their labor. Like we are in a whole house settlement, and the majority of our HBCU players who played back then won't see it down.
They won't get that money. What you say? They won't get the money because they didn't play from a certain amount of time. They didn't play around the cutout time.
Well, it's not even that. Like they are trying to base everything on revenue impact. This is why.
Interesting.
I'm about to say, what type of revenue impact Grambling had? What type of revenue impact Jackson had? Alcorn, Southern, FAMU. Even let's go to the East Coast. Let's go to A&T. What kind of impact did they have? Central, Howard. I mean, Morgan State. You got to go. And then you really think about it, the Division two way. What did what did these schools do back then? Like, what was their significance? What was their impact? I think people gonna understand having all these classics and everything. It's kind of crazy, but
you know, one school that people forget about, but every year during the playoff time, it was on TV. Division III Mount Union.
Oh, Mount Union, man, out of Alliance, Ohio. Oh yeah, I remember them.
Yeah, I have a friend. Her son played for Mount Union.
Mount
right
Union,
now.
those national championships.
Like, every year they was on. It was Mount Union,
Division
Georgia
III.
Southern. Those guys was always on TV. And
Georgia
so,
Southern stay on.
how are they impacted? You know, will they see any type of revenue from this house settlement? And the fact that FCS schools are impacted by this settlement.
Yeah.
If we don't see our players get some dollars, we got a problem.
Somebody gonna sue from the HBCUs and the FCS. Somebody gonna sue for the FCS for the entirety of the FCS.
And that's still gonna hurt HBCUs because we're paying into a system that we're not getting rewards from. We don't have a $60 million per school distribution from a media rights deal. So we're paying $250 and we're only getting whatever the ESPN and HBCU Go or HBCU Plus deal is. It hurts.
Gosh.
But again, that's just
I learned a lot.
It's something that we're gonna talk about. Just like Marlo don't like them damn people from Daytona.
Man, do you know they've been on my behind since they got that suite in Daytona.
You must be a FAMU.
FAMU is the reason why I was able to finish at Florida State. I was a janitor at FAMU for 3.5 years.
Oh, okay.
So one day I'll tell you the story, but them gonna forever be my people.
But
you right across the track from each other. I bet you made many trips to FAMU while you went to at Florida State.
Many. I don't miss the FAMU homecoming.
You said you can relate to them.
So
you said people you can relate to. You said where everybody knows your name, like the Cheers song from the show.
Here's what's funny.
All right, I guess I'm gonna be up early in the morning because Charlie Ward gonna be presented.
His press conference
tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I saw you having his press conference tomorrow.
So I need to make.
They said that Zoom was down.
Yeah, Zoom was down too.
It's so in order for in the state of Florida, we have a sunshine law. So if the board
That's
of trustees
sunshine.
do anything, it has to be notified and then it has to be a public vote. And
Yeah, I
because the
heard about
Zoom was now
sunshine.
nationally, that kind of hurt. But
Yeah,
Boy.
you got a Seminole going over to Costa Rapids.
I mean, so
I
forget
mean,
what
but his
Luther
dad
Campbell
was
had
a
to say.
Raptor, so
Yeah, they said
Listen,
Dion used to stay over there at FAMU all the time. That's what people that went to school at FAMU during that say you see Dion over there all the time. He was at Florida
we
State.
all did. So I'm gonna reminisce for a second. On
Yeah.
Fridays is set Fridays. So if you ever
yeah, I
see me
know.
on Twitter, when a Florida State recruit come in, if they come in on any other day than Friday, they ain't gonna sign. I don't care what you say. I don't care what their mama say. If they don't come in on Friday and go cross some tracks on a Friday, they ain't gonna sign. It's the only advantage Florida State have over every other school in the nation except for maybe LSU, and I think I don't know how far they are from Southern, but everybody
Oh,
else don't
they
have
are
that
right
advantage.
across town. That's
They
in
right
South
across
See
Baton
what I'm
Rouge.
town.
saying?
Yeah.
So we got an advantage that no other
Southern
school got
North
other
Baton.
than LSU. So
Yeah, across
we
town from
was
each other.
always at FAMU. Like to this day, I buy
And I
tickets
like
to
that.
homecoming. I have never been inside a homecoming in my entire life. I've not been inside the game. I've always been outside the game with people. Never been inside the game.
Yeah, I think they from Southern to LSU's like
They're across town from each other. Yeah, it's not like a Florida State and FAMU, but they're across town,
See what I'm
opposite ends of
saying?
town.
it's like
You go across
6
well,
miles.
it's a little bit bigger now because when I say they put a whole little strip mall where that street and Gaines Street used to be, it didn't got way too advanced for me. But back in the day, you just cross the railroad tracks and you at family.
That's funny. That's funny. South Family where you
Yeah, and they need
I
to do
heard
it
about that.
again.
I heard about
We
that.
used the Florida State ambassadors used to take the players over to the set on Fridays.
say
So
this
for
what we do over here.
and to be fair,
I had heard
so
a lot about that. Yeah,
yeah,
with the
and then
Florida
on
State
Wednesdays,
football players.
and here's why the shooting in the union was important on Wednesdays.
Oh,
We
I had
have
heard about that.
Wednesdays at Florida State in the union. So you'd have people from FAMU at the union at Florida State on Wednesdays because it's more black people in the union on Wednesdays than any other time. So it would be Wednesdays at Florida State and then Fridays at FAMU. And that was just everybody that I had met and know from FAMU outside of like when I was hanging out with my friends at FAMU.
Yeah.
I met in the union on Wednesdays. So it's always been a symbiotic relationship. Now, there are some people who are not Florida State that are FAMU for obvious reasons. There are some historical racism involved. The fact that Florida State sits where the old FAMU was is another example. So there are some people who don't mess with Florida State, and I understand that. And there are times where I'm very pro FAMU on FAMU Florida State issues. But like this week we was on one because that was a situation that
Could have
They
happened.
didn't
And
recognize
everybody.
They didn't recognize those FAMU on Twitter. They recognize all the other state schools except for FAMU and Bethune, which I had an issue with.
yeah, because that gunman,
So-
I'm glad they stopped him because he could have gone across that track over the FAMU. You know this environment we're in now because things have gotten crazy now. You start hearing talking about DEI and all that, and you don't know what was on that joker's mind.
Man, DEI went big for white women.
Yeah, and see that's how ignorant people are. You're right, Doc. You're right, Doc.
DEI was meant for white women, and affirmative action was meant for Asian people.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with black people.
Just like they talk about welfare, they talk about Like
Welfare
welfare
was for
as
white
for
folks.
white people. Exactly, man. Thank you, Doc. Yeah,
Welfare was for white people.
yeah.
They just said black people is more black people. I said no. How
No,
can more black people be on welfare than white people? And white people outnumber black people like damn near 10-1.
you know who was using
It's
that during that
unbelievable.
time? I remember David Duke was using that in his campaign back in the '90s,
Mhm.
early '90s, with the Klansman. He was up there using that kind of stuff, and he just had those people out there acting crazy, talking crazy.
And he just is dead too right now.
It's man,
Running for
it's
governor
wild.
and all those other offices, saying that kind of stuff.
And he just as dead as a doorknob.
Yeah.
Just like this. Put the flowers on his grave.
Well,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I mean, we have seen some interesting times. I want to know where the governor was when all this was
Oh,
popping off because
hey, that's
everybody
the
else showed up to. We had everybody show up to the press conference, but the governor.
hey. That's the thing about it. They put these laws and they go and sign the bill that you can carry a gun around free. We have that problem in Louisiana, just like Florida, Texas, all these
Man,
places.
y'all governor crazy in Louisiana.
Oh,
That man,
Landry, former state
yeah,
attorney general. That man,
that man
Landry's
need
wow.
that man need his whole
Woo.
fucking head checked
Putting
for
Ten
real.
Commandments in the classroom. Ten Commandments in the classroom, but you carry a gun. Oh, that boy.
The
And then y'all
way
want to, and then people want to get mad about about Jasmine Crockett calling Greg Abbott Hot Wheels.
Yeah, Governor Hot Wheels.
That's his name. We gave it to him, Governor Hot Wheels. Y'all better leave Governor Hot Wheels. He earned that
I'm
name.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and be good on somebody else's platform. I really want to know why he ain't been pushed over out his wheelchair yet, but we'll talk about that on
He's
another
terrible.
platform.
Yeah, I saw him at the national championship game with his Houston Polo shirt. He and Clyde Drexler and all, and they were taking pictures. I wouldn't want to take a picture with that man.
And, people ask me all the time why I went to Florida State. And I ask some people a lot of times, you're not okay with me going to Florida State, but you was okay with your brother playing for Tommy Tuberville. I got
Oh, Tommy
questions.
Tuberville. Yeah, man, that man. And you went where you want to get, yeah, Florida, and that's what I say. Everybody, wherever you go, I'm happy. I always have for all you to do well, man. I don't care where it is.
So a funny story is I was supposed to go to FAMU. My best friend packed up all my clothes and drove to Tallahassee. I think it was like on a Wednesday, and I went to the union and the administration office. It was right before school started. The line be long or whatever. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, I'll come back a little later. Let me go over here to Florida State. I never made it back. Never made it back.
So, you did say Marlo packed all your stuff in the car and drove you from St. Pete.
Yeah, and then Marlon gonna talk about tell your mama what you. My mama expected me to be. My mama had a FAMU mom shirt already. My daddy was cool. I don't think my mama wore a Florida State shirt for a year and a half. And I gave her a Florida State mom shirt for Mother's Day, and that's the only Florida State shirt she wore my entire time in school.
Yo, can I say this? Y'all know, everybody know I'm a wrestling fan, right? I'm a wrestling fan.
Uh-oh.
The fact that you got John Cena to win the Undisputed Championship and break Ric Flair's record.
Woo.
He got championship number 17. Plus, it's his last. He retired at the end of this year.
Oh, okay. Cena's retiring.
How long he gonna hold? I'll be like, how long he gonna hold on to that belt? And
Yeah,
he
I'm
turned
almost.
heel, which kind of made it cringe too.
The new wrestling is risque.
Yeah, I don't. After Stone Cold Steve Austin, I stopped watching wrestling.
This ain't the wrestling that I watched with my dad.
Nah, I remember wrestling back in the 80s and 90s. That's what I was watching.
Yep. I was. I think.
Junkyard Dog and all of them. Yeah.
I
Hulk
think I
Hogan,
stopped watching wrestling.
Andre the Giant.
Yeah, I think I was a sophomore in high school when one of my math teachers was a wrestling instructor, and he talked so bad about Hulk Hogan, and I didn't really understand it back then. But when I got older, it all made sense.
Him now.
Yeah, it all makes sense.
It all makes sense. I agree with you. The older you become, I remember all those guys like Roddy Piper and Irish Sheik and all of them. Nikolai Volkov.
Yep.
Big John Studd, yeah.
Well, that just ruined my WrestleMania moment right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, man, we're gonna come back and do some more stuff next week. Well, this week. So I'm out tomorrow, so I'll be on tomorrow to go ahead and talk about Charlie Ward. Ward Jr., my bad. But Charlie Ward Jr. I gotta say that.
You know, Senior went to FAMU, right?
Yeah, I heard he went to FAMU.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna hijack your broadcast, but I found out about Florida State. I found Florida State used to be an all-female institution. It became co-ed in the 50s because a guy was telling me, he said the ladies at Florida State, when it was an all-female school, so they used to come over to FAMU. That was back in the 40s. So you look at the yearbooks, they came over for the football games. And he said, you look at those yearbooks, and they went co-ed in the 50s.
Yep, and in the early 60s, they was beating Nebraska.
Yeah. Fred Biletnikoff went to Florida State in the 60s.
Yo, you wild, bro. He said John Cena about 5'8". You wild. Oh, he beat Cody Rhodes for the title. Nah, but it's something to see. But at the same time, oh well. But we got Charlie Ward Jr. tomorrow. His press conference tomorrow to be the new head coach of FAMU basketball.
Oh, okay.
Coach
sure I'll be at work.
Coach Crary has still been petty with the board of trustees of FAMU.
You know what? I like Coach Crary.
Yeah, I like it.
I like Coach Crary.
I hope to meet him one day. He's in my area now, and I'll probably see him here in Monroe.
A genuine guy. Who he is who he is. Absolute genuine guy.
Yeah, I'll get a chance to meet him. I'll probably see him in Monroe. You know, people come over from Grambling and Ruston to Monroe to places, to restaurants and shops.
I'm gonna have to figure out how to get to Grambling. I just hope it ain't like the drive I took to Alabama State.
Yeah, it's 33 miles. It's 33 miles west from me on Interstate 20. And see, Ruston is the first town you'll come to. 30 miles from, and then Grambling is 3 miles next door. Going west. Yeah, heading towards going the way of Shreveport and on to Dallas, where Doc is.
Yeah, I gotta get to a Grambling FAMU game. We gonna see about that.
I saw Grambling FAMU, and they came. It was in 2022. I attended that game because the guy Kofi Hemingway was there. I sat with him at the game. I really missed that brother, and I got a chance to chop it up with him through the game. It was great to be able to sit there and talk to him, not knowing that he would leave this earth.
Well, he's still being petty. 80 sites got her coach. There's a bill that might be passed for Winston-Salem State to get a new basketball arena.
Okay.
A&T still living out the past glory.
Leave them people alone. They having good spring sports right now. Leave them people alone.
You're gonna hear from Dave and A&T Roy. That's what I thought it was
And
Troy when I saw his name. Yeah.
Coach Jackson said, if you don't follow me within 4 hours of me following you, don't even worry about getting this scholarship.
Hold on. Can we? Okay, so the
heard about it.
notifications don't work like that. Sometimes you don't get that notification fast. So what if the player don't get the notification until like the next day? Then what?
Sorry for
Like,
you.
come on, man.
Yeah, I saw that.
Sorry for you.
And if it was 24 hours, okay.
Chris Dishman had they had their spring game yesterday at Texas Southern.
Okay.
Jace Wilson is going to Tennessee Tech instead of Tennessee State, where he should be. He should be at Tennessee State, play up on the Rich Barlow, but he's going to Tennessee Tech. Help the people at Baton Rouge Tech and stomp on the rabbit when you see one.
Hey, wait a minute. That's bad. I told Trey. Don't be mad at us. Y'all got in the car with them people in Daytona and think we ain't see it. That ain't our fault. Choose your allies better. Don't blame us.
PV counted us. We're not Pothole State. We are y'all daddy. Say it again. Jackson State is Southern's daddy. For the last 4 years. Yes, we're your daddy. We owe Grambling an ass whooping this season. So get your bags ready. We're going to Vegas.
Oh yeah, I forgot it. Yeah, the game is in Vegas at Allegiant Stadium.
Prairie View ducking the smoke from us. If Alabama State don't do anything this year, Eddie Robinson gonna be selling houses again.
Then you're going back to real estate.
Going back to real estate.
Oh man.
No, we really do owe you an ass whooping this year, babe. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's the Grambling night. I'm gonna let you Grambling nights.
Our house is going to be divided. It's going to be black and gold and blue and white. It's going to be divided. Y'all going to think it's a damn alpha and an alpha Phi Beta Sigma thing going up in this thing.
Alpha Phi Beta Sigma. Black and gold.
Wow. You know, you are a good person with the house divided. I'm supposed to be the head of the household. Can't be no gator colors in the house.
Oh, Florida. Yeah, the guy that's speaking of Florida, the guy that's the associate head coach. I know that men's team just won the basketball national championship. Colin Hartman. He used to be at McNeese when I was going to school there in the '90s. Hartman. I didn't know where he was. He's at Florida. He's been around a good while. Yeah, he's not a head coach anywhere. Hartman's been coaching all around.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, black assistant, associate head coach. Yeah.
Wow.
He's from Tulane. He's a Tulane alumnus. Played with the Posse back in the early '90s. Yeah, because the guy who coached him with the Posse was head coach at McNeese, Ron Everhart. He was assistant under Perry Clark. Yeah.
Hey, look, Mr. Evans, for the last 4 years, we've been y'all daddy. We probably get stepdaddy, but we took a DNA test and said we y'all daddy. Let's see, but that school at Daytona don't do anything.
Oh man, Woody, You think Woody be out of there?
So Woody might be working at Bucky's.
Oh
Woody
man.
gonna be there for the length of his contract, regardless of what they do.
Because we all know that's the easy win right there.
Woody.
But
Yeah.
I mean, far be it for me to give that school in Daytona some grace, but they just lost a very important player to the portal this year.
Oh, running
They
back, right?
the running back, yeah, the big playmaker, the one that, my God,
Oh
that
yeah,
Florida Classic. I almost had a heart attack in the Florida Classic.
Yeah, I remember him.
Quit kicking the ball to him, like just kick it out of bounds, kick it anywhere but
Oh,
him.
he hit the portal. Okay.
At the portal. But I hope he lands somewhere fast. So, but
Mr. Edwards said, the bus stops there. Oh yeah, we got ass this year too. They should have put our game back back in October. So y'all can relish his ass a little bit later in the middle of the season instead of early in the season.
listen, I'm gonna warn everybody in the SWAC. As much as I talk about that school in Daytona, I keep saying this and nobody don't believe me. And it happened every year. Late October, Bethune gonna beat somebody they ain't got no business beating.
Just like Valley did.
Exactly. And they're gonna ride that wave all the way through November. So take the people for a joke. You know, they're gonna jump up and bite somebody.
They almost did it to Southern last season with those 5. I mean, overtime at 5 overtimes.
Yep.
Yeah, you
I
have to
was
watch
watching my notifications screaming. But that's, you know what, I'm gonna say this. There's even Valley. There really isn't a bad team in the SWAC.
No, you have to watch yourself. It's not
Mhm.
a given.
And the
That
one thing
SWAC
about
is
HBCU that I tell people this, the difference between the ACC and the SWAC is every team in the SWAC got a player that can change the game. Every one of them.
that's true.
Well, it is what it is, but we about to get up off this thing right here. We're gonna get ready for tomorrow. Hopefully they'll stream it tomorrow with
I better get ready for work.
well, I'm off tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I don't go back to work until tomorrow night. But I know tomorrow after midnight, I got after 10 o'clock, after we do the press conference, I got the grocery shop. Them stamps hit on tomorrow night tonight for me.
Yeah, the press conference. I'm gonna share it on my Facebook page.
Hey,
Work.
look,
Yeah.
I ain't ashamed to say it.
Yeah, I'll share that press conference at work while I'm at work. I'll be at work during the time. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, let me get out of here so I can make the wife happy and not be so loud.
All right,
man, it's great conversing with you, brother White. We had to hook up here, man. I enjoyed telling you. You gave a lot of information there.
No problem. I'll make sure we get you on the show, man. Definitely.
Oh man, I enjoyed this. I didn't go to an HBCU or anything, but I just love sports, man. This is my love. I just love conversing with people. I don't care who you are.
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely.
Oh, yeah.
All right, gentlemen.
All right, you take care, and I again, happy Easter to you and your family.
Same to you and yours.
All right.
Happy Easter and happy 420 to everybody.
All right. You all take care. All
See
right, I'm about to head out of here. All right.
Oh man, that was fun. So, but yeah, other than that, man, it was nice to have Mr. Ford on here tonight. It was nice to have Chuck on here. Nice to have Troy on here. Hey, we're gonna have to keep doing this again, especially on Sundays since I'm off on Sundays now. Now I gotta tell you know what? I don't deal with I got a manager at work, my store manager. He's a micromanager, and he is a OCD type perfectionist in a bad way. This man just fired 2 people on night shift, knowing that we need people. You just hired me on night shift for overnights, and you fired the one lead that was helping me, training me, and then you fired a cashier. We need people. Don't be firing folks. Come on now, man. Makes my job even harder. Now you want to change my schedule to go from 4 on, 3 off to 8 on, 6 off. I don't know. I'm thinking about that. But you know, man got kids. I got kids over here. We want to do things with my kids every weekend. But we shall see what happens. We shall see what happens this week. I'll go back on Tuesday night. But other than that, draft this week on Thursday night starts first round Thursday. Second and third round is on Friday, and then the third the later rounds are on Saturday. So make sure. Oh, his mama went to Jackson State. Quay. His mama went to Jackson State. Most of his family went to Jackson State. Yeah, he be all over the place. And for somebody who don't come in late at night and who don't come in on weekends is, it's crazy work. But other than that, everybody happy Easter. I know people watched. Did anybody watch WrestleMania? Or did anybody watch their favorite movie, The 10 Commandments? But anyway, baseball. We got baseball this week. It was a clean sweep this week. I guess I don't know if it's a clean sweep, but I did say the baseball team they need Jesus, and the softball team keep doing what y'all doing. We owe them snakes over at Tallahassee ass whooping. Yeah, Eddie, he is in the portal. He is in the portal. He made his decision this morning. Well, yesterday. But other than that, man, we're going to be up out of here. Hey, y'all, make sure y'all tune in. I'm going to try to see if I can go ahead and get tomorrow's press conference for Charlie Ward. If y'all on here. But other than that, man, look, y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe. Hug your loved ones. Love on your loved ones. Make sure you get your mentals checked. And, you know what I'm saying? Happy Resurrection Sunday. And again, happy 420. We out this thing. Peace, love.